Yo, what's up? Morpheus, Mano, Ferris, Fernando, Get On, Dundee, Leochi, Jason, Safemoon J, Casey. How you guys doing? Good to see you're still around. Yeah, I know. Ever since I thought my channel got deleted. Well, it did get deleted. They did delete my channel. I just got it back. Thank you, Shidon. Appreciate that. Good to see you guys. My man, what's up, Safemoon J? Top of the day to you, bro. Oh, how you guys doing? We're doing it on Twitter this time, so it's I don't know how this is gonna go. We're probably gonna break it. When's the Safemoon wallet release? They haven't given a date yet. They might do that in today's AMA. Thank you, Safemoon James. Appreciate that, bro. I was wondering where you were. Yeah, I was working on a video and then the audio got messed up, so I didn't get a video out yesterday. Yeah, I'm glad I got my channel back too, man. It was I was like, man, all that work, like everything I did is gone. Like it sucked, but I got it back, so I'm happy about that. Hey Stacy, how's it going? Yeah, what's up QDS? How's it going, bro? Any reason why they deleted your channel that's messed up? I posted that live stream with Adam Bergman, and I think somebody reported that even though there was nothing wrong with it, they got the video taken down and they got my channel taken down. So I had to like submit appeals for all of that stuff, and as soon as they look at it, they realize nothing was wrong. But it's crazy that they just delete your channel without like checking or talking to you first. They're like, just gonna go ahead and delete that. The AMA is in 47 minutes. I'll put a timer up in a second. I just gotta get the stream set up. Back that shit up. There's not really a way to back it up. I hear everybody saying that. There's not a way to do that. I mean, you could tell me, but even if I have a second channel, I can't just transfer my subscribers, you know? Stacy's in the chat. Is there a simple way to swap all B&B Safemoon for PSFM? At the same time, I don't know, man. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that's what YouTube is sketch, man. They're sketchy. I know some YouTubers got the wallet. I am not one of them. I think Safemoon Joe, Michael, and Safemoon Whale got it. I guess crypto control's not important enough. That's okay. I don't think I got it, unless they emailed me somewhere that I haven't checked, but I don't think I got it. That's okay. I'm not going to cry about it anymore. I already finished crying about it yesterday. No, I'm just playing. Alrighty, I think I got the stream set up. We can put a timer on the screen. We got 45 minutes. And we're probably going to break the Twitter, just like we break everything. You got too much traffic. Also, I think Safemoon has people out to stop them. I think people are attacking Safemoon when they try to release products and stuff. So there's that. There's my timer. I love my Safemoon family. You're important to us. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Let's push the wall back another week. Need to put my next paycheck in. Maybe because they can't see your sub count. Maybe. Even if I had a low sub count, my videos have enough views that they... It's whatever. I don't care. But that might be it. I don't know. I kind of worked with Mark a little bit to make videos on my channel. Like, not worked with him, but made videos with him a couple times. Maybe that's why. Like, I really have no idea. Or they just don't know who I am. They just have no clue who I am. Hey, crypto control. Who the hell is that? So if you guys want to be in the Twitter space, you just join Twitter, you join the space, that's all there is to it. Yo, what's up, David? How's it going? Someone needed me to report Rob Crypto. The guy's very negative. That's fine. He doesn't get a lot of views. Do I think the wallet will release today? Maybe. Yo, what's up, Mike Vibin? How's it going? 2025 target. Maybe because they can't see yourself. Do you think the wallet will be released today? What's up, Z Dundee? Everyone came in and passed that like button. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I don't know why they don't like the streams. It's okay. Crypto Bully, Safemoon pre-space party. Come hang out until the Safemoon team host. I'll do that, but you guys play copyright music. I guess Papa's going to be making some videos. That'll be kind of cool. Roxy. Hello there. What's up, David? What do you think about the Safe Earn that gives us reflections in Safemoon? Thanks. I'm not going to use it, but I've heard good things about it. I don't know. There's a risk, I guess, with everything. I haven't looked too much into it, to be honest. Woot woot. Safemoon Sunday. What's up? Know what I'm saying? I don't see the wallet releasing today. Not with as much was wrong with it yesterday during the whales video. Carrot 1978 says. Yeah, I saw his video. I was watching that to kind of get updated on everything about the wallet. Like Ethereum, the Ethereum he bought was like showing $700 instead of 10 or something like that. Oh, I didn't see this. I share one screenshot and people think it's the whole story. Here's another screenshot. The email after I asked about a full remote position. None of this matters. Oh, I didn't even see this. Maybe some of you guys already saw this. Website, location, financial district, title, senior to principal software engineer, salary up to 180,000 base plus 15% bonus. Thomas, are you interested in speaking with the team? I look forward to hearing back from you. Huh. Hey, thank you, Nacho Man. Appreciate that, bro. I'm gonna retweet that as a lazy way of sharing my stream. Alright. Giveaway of Safer and BSC. I'm gonna start by giving 500 mil Safer. Wait, 2 people. Safemoon to the moon. Netflix drama. Don't think that's coming our way. If I started a YouTube channel, who would watch? I'm no expert. I'm just your average Christine. Just kidding, but seriously, I just like talking about Safemoon. Do it. People like different personalities. Some people hate me. Some people love other people. It don't matter. This one's kind of funny. I think I've seen this one. Yeah, I like that video. Somebody got like all of them singing. Sorry guys, my throat's a little jacked up in the mornings when I wake up. Logan Paul is super into NFTs. His brother is a supporter of Safemoon. They're friends with what's that guy's name? Roman Atwood, who also just bought his dad's Safemoon. When Safemoon starts to take off, I think we're gonna have some big celebrities behind Safemoon, like Logan Paul, Roman Atwood, Jake Paul. Don't forget to hit the like button. I was glad to see the Apple Pay on the wallet and hear about that. Yeah. In 40 minutes, I think A plus Circuit Solutions. Yeah, it starts in 39 minutes. I'll go jump over there just to Make sure I'm ready for it. So they're gonna do a Twitter space. Our very first Twitter space tonight at 8 p.m. BST, which is, I'm 6 hours behind that for me, so that's 39 minutes. So if you guys don't want to watch a YouTuber, you can just go onto Twitter and just join the space. They might even call people on stage. Maybe, I doubt it. For somebody to go up there and start making fart noises and stuff. Good day, fam. Glad everyone is here. What's up, Crypto here? How's it going, bro? Nice. Hit the like, folks. What's up, Mato? How's it going? End of year price prediction. I think that we might get close to the 1. The next, you know, I think that's, it could go bigger than that. That's just like, I feel like a realistic prediction. A few people in Wales comments said he was hating on the wallet. He was giving feedback. It's like they just want to be coddled and told they will be rich tomorrow. Crypto control. Yeah, dude, there is a portion of the community that just sucks to deal with. Like, most people are super chill, super cool, and like fun to talk to and be around. And then there's other people that complain about just anything and everything. Like, I jokingly posted about people that were unsubscribed that watch me. And it was like 50-something%. And most people have a very high percentage of people that are unsubscribed that watch your content. It was just a joke. But then I had people getting upset and saying you should be happy and people have the right to sub and not sub. I'm like, man, you guys are taking this way too serious. And people are threatening to unsub from me. I'm like, please go. Like, that's okay with me. Because I'm just joking and you're losing your mind. Why did they do Safemoon Joe like that? They really found Joe's mugshot? Did they really? Well, he's kind of a big YouTuber. I haven't seen that yet. Is that in the Reddit or something? I'm not gonna put that on the screen though. That's whatever, man. Everybody has problems, you know. Douches. I'm sorry, lots of intricates that really don't have a sense of time. The exchange may eat it 1-0 and the blockchain may eat 2 zeros by March 22. That's legit. I feel like that sounds legit. Lazarus, I think he thought about eating 1-0. Was it a dumb question? Was what a dumb question? Hey guys, Jim Crypto here today. I love impersonating Jim Crypto. I've owned a video game store for more than 20 years, and as soon as Safemoon gets blockchain and it's more stable, I'll accept Safemoon. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I think I was listening to, who was it, Cats R Us, talk about, like, the future of gaming and how, like, in games, people want to own something that's very unique, and many games are selling stuff, and you only have a chance to buy it so that you have something rare compared to everybody else. And I think Cats is right. I think NFTs are the future of gaming. It literally is the future of gaming because you'll be able to buy like a sword or a gun or some armor or something like that, or a pet, whatever game you're playing, and it'll have its own value and nobody else will be able to have the one that you have, and it could become very valuable. I think there's no way that's not the future. In my mind, when he said that, I was like, man, how come I've never thought about it that way? Like, that is the future of gaming. So that's going to be awesome. Let's see. Luckily, I haven't gotten roasted on Reddit yet. I'm sure once I get a little bit bigger, they'll start roasting me a little more often. I kind of like having a video to watch, so that does kind of suck, but it's whatever. Because now we're just going to be like on a phone call with everybody. You don't know what useless token is? Surprised useless got on there. The price jumped up a little bit today. Oh, damn, it went way up. Is that what it is right now? Is it really going up that fast? Okay, I was gonna say. Oh, thank you for live streaming. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It's nice to always nice to have you guys here. What's up, Shrimp? What's up, man? You know you're doing good when Reddit goes after you. Yeah, that's when you succeed, is when Reddit tries to cancel you. Please kick Lambo or mute him. Yeah. Any of the mods. I usually want you guys to kind of check with me before you ban people, but just be very lenient towards people. Unless they're just obviously straight up being a douchebag, then you can just ban them. What's going on, Tom? Hope you and your family are going well, bro. Thank you, Safemoon Diamond. I appreciate that, man. You got 33 minutes, guys. It's in 33 minutes. Where's my timer at? Is it not there? Oh, sorry, guys. I'm an idiot. There you go. Sorry about that. Safern. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. Yo, Crypto Control. What's good, baby? What's good, BB? How's it going, man? Hello, Holland. Greetings from Poland. On the opposite chain, I want to see a steady go up at a slow rate. Howdy from Australia. What's up, Pregi? How's it going, man? Crypto Pro. This is Safemoon AMA today. If you guys don't want to watch a YouTuber do it, you can just go to Twitter and join their space. To join their space, you just click on their name, and this will highlight green. You just click on that, and you get in there, listen to them talk. I imagine we'll be getting updates on the wallet. I don't know if we'll be getting much else, because they've been so busy. I guess they couldn't make a video, I guess. I don't know. Safemoon Whale had some like really good ideas about the wallet. I liked his feedback. It was really good. Because if they can make their wallet unique and not just like another wallet, make it safer, make it have features that other wallets don't have, make the charts easier to use. I mean, if they can do all of that, then they can set the standard of what a good wallet is and bring a lot of holders to the Safemoon wallet and to Safemoon in general. It might be very hard to do all those things that he's suggesting. I'm sure it's not easy, but yeah. Got 31 minutes, guys. No problem, Reward. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hopefully some version 2 news. Yeah, hopefully. Sacramento, California. Nice, Dundee. That's where my stepdad just went to take care of his mom. So he's actually out there in Sacramento. My stepdad is. He like just moved there. 0.4 zeros with a 5. That seems definitely possible, man. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. Got a bill club yet? Crypto? Nah. I think I'm gonna, I was just kind of doing YouTube, and I can make enough money to pay the bills, but I think I'm gonna go back to work and do YouTube at the same time for a while. And I'll have extra money to invest and stuff. Yo, Crypto Control, when was the last time you chatted with Mark? How is he doing? It was probably like a week ago. He just quickly responds. He's just super busy with Surge and getting people paid back and working on the new tokens. He's like too busy to talk, really. One of the last things I said to Mark, DeFi Mark, Safemoon Mark, whatever, was I told him that his last video that he made was really good. Like, and if you guys go watch that video, it is really good. He goes into the contract and how to interact with the contract, and he discusses wallets and stuff like that. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw that video, but if you go back and rewatch his videos, you're probably going to get something new every time because there's so much information in all his videos. But yeah, I told him, I was like, man, that video is really good. And he was like, thanks a lot, man. And he was like, that makes me want to post more. So I hope he does post more in the future. I think he's just super busy with everything he has going on. You're 3.5, 4 hours from Sacramento. Nice, man. Version 2 to crush the fudders. Yeah, Safemoon is legit. Listing XRP on the Safemoon wallet would be fire. Diamond Hands, what's up, Kratzian? I haven't tried it yet, JW. I was just going to wait for everybody else to get theirs. Maybe I'll try it at some point. I'll try it. I just didn't want to do it and get like a tiny bit back and have to do that every day. That would kind of suck. It's weird that it's like it's nighttime for them, right? Because that's where they're at. Yo, what's up, Wild Boy Crypto? How's it going, man? You plan on cashing out with a charitable trust to avoid tax rape? I don't know. I'm so far away from even considering cashing out, but when I get to that, I'll consider. I'll look into different options like that. Yeah, I hope they talk about version 2 as well, Joshua. That'd be awesome. I thought they weren't in Utah yet. I thought that they were going to go there, but they're not there yet. I had my doubts here and there when the FUD gets me, but after beta testing the app, trust wallet clone or not, it's way nice. I'm bullish as heck. Yeah, the FUD around it is super weird, man. I mean, I'm new to crypto, so maybe I'm just not used to like people being that dedicated to spending that much time talking trash on something that they don't believe in. Like, it's weird. That's just weird to me, but it's whatever. Roman Atwood. Damn. Safemoon Mike will be live streaming this as well. You guys can go hang out with him. Let me see what these guys are saying real quick. Oh, Whale's in here. He's a speaker. Nice. I got a lot of speakers.
I've always said this, a Super Bowl commercial would be epic. That would, especially around the blockchain and everything else, if everything is on the blockchain. The exchange, everything is there, whatever. I would love to hopefully maybe get a Super Bowl commercial or any type of thing like that.
Okay.
If possible.
So on your first comment, in terms of the QR code, I mean, I can let them know. You know, I don't know if that's something that they would do. I'll suggest it to them. Like, hey, you know, just on your ads, make sure you do this. We'll see. You know, I don't know. I don't know how much weight I have. You know, I'm suggesting things to them. I'm not like, you know, telling them this is what needs to be done. So it's really at the end of the day up to them if they do it or not.
Absolutely.
But in terms of the Super Bowl ad, I have said this at least to my community. I personally could not ask for, at least my community, I could not ask them to donate so much money, because if we're a community of 2.5 million people and the Super Bowl ad cost what, 6 million? And while I get it, 2.5, yeah, it's like six, almost 7 million for the next Super Bowl for a 30-second ad. And if you say, fine, let's do a 10-second ad. I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's still $2.5 million. Right. So for everyone who's ever held Safemoon to donate $1, I mean, it's not going to happen. And for the people who are not going to donate, then let's get the pool of people who will. Those people would have to donate hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, even if we had massive investors donate hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Put it this way, I cannot afford the Safemoon ad or the ad on the Super Bowl. There's, I think, only like 3 whales or 4 whales that can afford the ad, and their bag would be gone. Yeah. So it's a lot. It's a lot. If the Safemoon team wants to do that, because even if they put the funds, that's a huge portion of their funds. Yeah. Would it be nice? Yeah. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think the return would be incredible. You know what I mean? I mean, especially with a QR code in the corner somewhere where people can scan the screen or whatever. But I think the return on the Safemoon, especially how they market their videos and everything else like that, I think the return, that will be definitely, it will be incredible. Not just that, but it's very memorable too as well. So I mean, where else? What is bigger than the
Real
Super Bowl?
quick, you guys.
Can I just ask
So
something?
Richard has a question. I'm sorry, Ricardo has a question for Safemoon well before he leaves. I just want to make sure that he asks that question.
Okay, go for it.
Love you, by the way, man.
Hey, thank you, Nisky. I really appreciate that. Hey, Safemoon, well, I have a quick question for you. I did hear that you said that we won't be able to cash out until we have the exchange. So I was wondering about that once they incorporate the, with Wire. I heard that they are kind of like way for them to, buy, not only buy, but also cash out. My second question is, how were you able to cash out on your reflections, when you were at the all-time high? Those are my only two questions, guys. Thanks so much for holding the space, and I'll step down.
Okay, so again, you have to remember, the Safemoon wallet is a wallet. I don't know, currently there's not, but in terms of DApps or decentralized apps such as Uniswap or PancakeSwap, those are not per se to Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet just allows the connection. So Safemoon wallet would have to allow the connection. So in terms of cashing out your reflections, there would have to, if you're talking about cashing out through an exchange method, Safemoon wouldn't be able to provide that. It would need to be provided through a decentralized app, which is a third party, which if you wanted it to be automatic, wouldn't be possible because it would need to communicate and they would need to build that with those decentralized applications. The only way that would be possible, handled exclusively by Safemoon, is through the exchange. And I think that would be, either way, be the best method, because as we know, it's going to be an exchange that has some features of a centralized exchange and features of a decentralized. And I'm 100% a strong believer that the feature of the decentralized exchange is that we are going to connect our wallets to the exchange. So in that sense, will you be able to, automatically sell your reflections? Possibly, but then again, people always tell you never leave your wallet connected to an exchange. So I mean, again, you're faced with the problem if you want to leave your wallet to let that happen. And yeah, but in terms of the selling of the automatic reflections with just a wallet alone, it's not going to happen.
The company Wire did actually come out and state that they are going to be allowing not just on-ramping of fiat currency, but off-ramping from the wallet as well.
Right. That's what the research I was doing. That's what they were wondering.
So if they do that, then sure. I don't know. I haven't seen an off-ramp, so they would definitely be. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they would definitely be one of the first ones to do it.
Yeah, it would be the first, and it'd be specifically through Visa debit.
So okay, so that sounds like through Visa debit. So mean like it would deposit into your Visa or debit card, or you would have a Visa debit card that you could use to swipe. And in that case, then it's just a Safemoon credit or debit card.
It was not specific in the article.
Well, then I have no clue. I mean, it would be nice, but I don't know. To me, that sounds like the Safemoon card. And if it is, then yeah, that's great.
Ways to do it. It's pretty simple.
Add on the Burj Khalifa.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I think what he was trying to say, if we can go back to the whole idea of a Super Bowl ad. I remember in your interview, Safemoon Whale, when you were saying about something in terms of putting a bit throughout the whole building of Burj Khalifa, emblem. Yeah, an emblem of the Safemoon, and having an astronaut jump from the top. That sounds a bit more global and more interesting than a Super Bowl, because not the whole world watches football, right? So.
Well, I mean, just for me, it's accessibility. While a lot of people may not see a $100,000 ad as accessible, like I said, I'm gonna put a third of it. Someone was gonna said that they would do 50. We're still trying to work on those large donations, so it won't be as impactful. But again, that's world news. I said it in the interview. Someone put "It's a Boy" on there, and that made world news. I don't understand how. It's ridiculous. But something so simple as that, if we could make it epic, and in a moment where Safemoon is just absolutely blowing up, the success of Safemoon is apparent to the world, and that ad comes up, and then we do something that would just easily become a meme, such as an astronaut holding the Safemoon flag up there. I mean, to me, I think that would have so much more reach than a Super Bowl ad.
Definitely.
Because there's no, and if it becomes a meme or not, that's up to the internet. We have no control over that. We may be able to get it trending or something like that, which I think we could, but I just think that's so much more powerful than a Super Bowl ad, just in my opinion. And again, $7 million. I know a lot of people say they will donate, but we're just not going to get it.
Yeah, for Super Bowl, I mean, it's overhyped. I understand, and it's just you have to think globally, not just inside of North America, of course.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, that's true too. But you got to think about GoDaddy. GoDaddy started their operations with the Super Bowl ad, and everybody else found out who they were. I mean, not saying you guys are wrong, but this an example.
I also agree, but if it's not, I mean, they're a multi-billion-dollar company. They have the money to do that. And why would I myself ask the community to donate $100 when their bag might be $100? I think that's selfish in a way. Could your money be returned through the ad? Possibly, but it also could not. It's just
All right, guys, we got the burn wallet. We got the burn wallet in the chat. If you guys ever had a question for the burn wallet, there he is. Burn wallet, when are you gonna stop, man? When are you gonna stop, bro? You have 400 trillion, I know. Everybody wants to know when you're gonna stop. Yeah, the football ad, that's just too much money. Burj Khalifa is better anyways, in my opinion. The Twitter Space announcement. The timers for the Twitter Space, guys. We have about 17 minutes before the actual Twitter Space starts. This is like a pre-Twitter Space that's got Safemoon Whale and some other dudes talking about Safemoon stuff. But the real one's about to start in 17 minutes. Burn wallet, you sus, bro. Yeah, you can never cash out, burn wallet. All right, I'll put them back on.
I mean, I don't know who that would be. I mean, don't get me wrong. We could probably do something else with the money. Run ads from there too.
Yo, thank you, Undercover Doc. Really appreciate that. Missed you, brother. Good to have you back on YouTube. Shout out to the Undercover Doc in the chat. Thank you for the $2, man. I appreciate that.
I've seen it on Fox News. I've seen it on.
This is going to be live, I believe.
On, a few other places.
I could be wrong. I think it's going to be live.
I mean, we just have to kind of figure this thing out.
Funny if they pre-recorded a Twitter Space.
The best way that could be spent. People will see it over and over and over.
So my last comment before I leave, I'm with it. Any advertising that seems logical, not only in the idea, but in the money required to be raised, you can catch me behind it. Is the Super Bowl on that list? It's not. So no. If anyone has an idea, feel free to shoot it to me, and I'll get behind it as long as it's a reasonable idea and it's reasonable for the community to donate to. $7 million, it's not reasonable. So
everybody do me a favor, hit the like button if you haven't done that yet, guys.
So
it helps us get more people in here.
I'll be on Twitter Spaces more often, and you'll catch me on the stage for the Safemoon AMA. So I'll see you guys soon.
All right, thank you for coming by. Mike Bacall, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. You got the floor.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that. I'll jump into the real Safemoon one. Let's just listen to whale talk for a minute. Nope, not trying to do that. Yeah, for some reason I can't join Twitter Spaces, guys. I don't know what's wrong. If somebody knows what's wrong and can tell me, I am on my PC. I can't join. And if I do it on my phone, if I join on my phone, it turns off everybody's audio. When I finally get brought on stage, I can talk, but I can't hear anybody else, so I can't respond at the right time, and I just cut people off. So Twitter Spaces are not working for me right now. I'll have to get that figured out, because it would suck to miss like an opportunity like this, but it's whatever. Mini Doge token, 100k followers. Followers equals volume equals gains. She's always looking for the newest token. So we got 15 minutes left, guys. Turn the music back on for another 15 minutes. Hey, stop it. Stop it. There's no official announcements about the release of the wallet yet. What's up, Crypto Control? How you doing? What's up, Blair Stevenson? How's it going, man? I'm doing good. Remember when they played a little cartoon before the movie? We should do that. I would think the Super Bowl ad has a waiting list for years. I would think so too. Yeah, like I can't join spaces on Twitter. Oh my god, this is Fat Coroni. What is this? Wait a second. Is that, I called him Fat Coroni. I'm an asshole. I think they put, what is that, Hank's face on Coroni's? Is that what they did? What did they do here? That's messed up. That's messed up, guys. Alright, we got 14 minutes, guys. What is, I don't know what that is. No waiting list on Super Bowl ads. Oh, nice. Fat millionaire. Oh, God. Sponsoring a soccer team? That could be a good idea. Boots and cats and boots and cats. John Macaroni. That's John Macaroni. John. You spent all that money on food, bro. Damn. We're not going to be able to make it to the moon if you keep gaining weight like that, bro. John actually looks really skinny. He looks like he lost weight in the last AMAs. I was like, damn, he looks skinny. I have to do it off my phone also. Yeah, when I do it on my phone, I can't hear them. If I could just hear them, I could join on my phone and everything would be fine. But as soon as I join, as soon as I get brought on stage, I can't hear anybody. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do now. Apple Pay accepts Safemoon. This is huge. Let's take a moment and channel our energy that the feed doesn't crash. I just expect it to crash. I would be surprised if we don't crash this right now. If you guys follow me, I'll give you a follow back. It's just, is my handle on the screen? Yeah, my handle's at the bottom left, guys. If you haven't followed me yet, most of you guys have. Crypto Control with the 3 at the end. I'll drop you a follow back. Are you building a crypto project? Want to offer an on-off ramp? Don't want to deal with banks and regulators? Hit up Wire. Yeah, Safemoon's doing big things. It's very exciting. This is just never gonna get old. Imagine John stops by the stream and he sees this. Like, what the hell is going on here? Thank you, Kratzy, I appreciate that. Yeah, I know, we're gonna crash it. We got 11 minutes before it starts, guys. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, it's 11 minutes, bro. He lost that COVID-15. Can someone help me? I have some Ethereum on Trust Wallet and I want to put it on Safemoon. How do I go about that? I don't know, man. I think you just get P Safemoon and then you use your P Safemoon to get Safemoon. I don't know. Just had a call. Thought, what if we paid Oreos to promote Safemoon Oreo? How's it going? What's up, How's it going, man? Let's do a humongous astronaut balloon for the Macy Day Parade. That would be cool. Or like a huge Safemoon thing. That'd be really cool. Dude, my mouse is freaking out right now. It's not going where I want it to go. Okay. They're going to be starting soon, so I'm going to get on their page and get ready to go. Make sure I follow everybody. Safemoon Jedi, Swift Matrix, Safemoon John, Irvin Rodriguez, Veet Car. Got you guys. Thank you for the follow, guys. Oh, okay, Crypto Diamond Hands. I appreciate that info. Seems to be a problem with everything. No matter what we do, there's going to be a problem. All right, guys, let's see how fast we can crash this Twitter space. Oh, surprised they don't do YouTube. Just whatever. Safemoon. Yeah, Dave Portnoy keeps going back on Fox News and talking to that guy. He'll be back on there one day when Safemoon's up. He'll be like, yeah, I told you, Safemoon paid off. They send it back to Trust. I can try, I never done it at all. What's up, Big Daddy Barbecue? How's it going, bro? Is there a yearly spend cap with Wire like 7,500? I don't know. Those are good questions, guys. Is John's face the moon in this picture? Yeah. Not the moon I was expecting to go to. Yeah, I think so too, Mohammed. Just take a little bit of time. Guys, we are traveling at rocket speed. There's no need for all the more advertising. There's nothing wrong with advertising. There's nothing wrong with, even if we're doing super good, we can always do better. I'm going to eat my sub and watch easy. Sounds good, Kratzy? Ask devs to let people buy Safemoon from the Safemoon wallet. Yeah, to me, like, that's the most obvious thing that we would want from the wallet. Can't wait to see BitBoy eat his words. That would be nice. Well, it turns out that he might have been somewhat right about some of the things he was talking about. It wasn't, I think the problem wasn't where he was talking about. The problem existed outside of Safemoon. And I think that, and I could be wrong here, some of you guys might know better than me, I think that by Papa taking those liquidity pools and excluding them from reflections or transferring them, whatever he did, that it solved that problem for us. Can't rely on YouTube, leave it, and YouTubers to fondle our community sack. What in God's name? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. I don't know whether to ban you or promote you to a moderator right now. We got 8 minutes. I'm going to follow Noble, Trucker David, thanks for the follow. Crypto Senpai, thanks for the follow, man. Sebastian English, Dean Man, thank you for the follow, bro. Appreciate that, guys. Oh. Yeah, what is on? Well, the Safemoon Hound is excited, so there could be something big here. Maybe it's the wallet. Maybe they are releasing the wallet. I don't know. He's excited, so you would think it would be the wallet. Also, they can always provide, I'm pretty sure, updates to the wallet. They can always continue to improve upon it. All right, we got 7 minutes, guys. Yeah, Lambo, yeah. We've all known about that, but they just gave the ownership of the liquidity pool to like a financial institution, which I think fixed that that problem that was found in the CerTic audit, which wasn't necessarily a problem. It was just like, hey, this could be a problem if they take advantage of this. Cash me to the moon. How about that? Nice, that's funny. If you have Safemoon on Trust Wallet, will it still give you Safemoon if you earn Safemoon is on Safemoon Wallet? I think so. It's a joke, bro, for a live AMA on YouTube. Not good. Okay. I took a screenshot of my first Safemoon purchase so I can frame it in my mansion when we go to the moon. That'd be really cool, yeah. Crypto Control, you ever asked Mark why he took his website down? Yeah, I did. I think he didn't take it down, and he was trying to get it back up. He was trying to get it back up. Like, something happened. I have to go back and look at the messages. But he wanted it back up. He didn't want it taken down. Yo, what's up, Woody, in the chat? How's it going, bro? I think that they're just going to release it when it's ready. I don't think they're going to give us a date. I think when it's ready, they just put it back to the public. But they just gave it to YouTubers, like, yesterday. So they might want to give it a little more time before they use the feature to verify transaction. That would be really nice. I don't think they have that yet, but that would be super nice if they had that. Thank you, Safemoon Macho Man, for the follow. And still bullish on Rojo. Rojo, my bad. Thank you for the follows, guys. Appreciate that. I like this. Safemoon, are we breaking Twitter Spaces? This is really good. We are going to break it. I have no... I just fully anticipate this to just crash. Got 5 minutes, guys. Mark's website. Yeah, it was a great website. I loved using that in my videos and stuff. Or just in general. Yo, what's up, Dead Speedrunner? How's it going, man? Satirical Gamer. Hey, Crypto Control. How are you today? I'm doing good, man. Thank you for asking, my dude. With my Safemoon money, I'm planning to buy a Tesla, not the car of the company. Oh, okay. Did BitBoy Crypto like Safemoon? I don't know. Let's get hype, family. What's up, Safemoon Positivity? What's up, bro? You guys know Safemoon Positivity. He's a newer Safemoon YouTuber. It's kind of got this relaxing vibe to it. It's a nice video to unwind at the end of the day. Any idea what credentials Safemoon Hound has? What merit does his golden seal of approval have? He's released a ton of apps. I think he was in the military. He's given his background before. Somebody in the chat probably knows it better than me. He's very experienced with releasing apps. What is your bag goal? I don't even know, man. Like 2 billion to 5 billion would be amazing. 5 billion would be like the ultimate bag goal size, and 2 billion would be like, I'd be very happy with that, and 1 billion would be like, okay, this is a good amount that I wouldn't be too upset if I lost. Excuse me, sorry about that. Yeah, I've shown my face before. The views started going down, so I was like, yeah, let's not do that. So I just turned it off. Yo, Safemoon Joe gets on my nerves. I like Safemoon Joe. I've hung out with him in a couple of live chats and stuff, and it was fun. We all have our flaws and stuff, but alright, they're live. They are live. We'll see if they have music playing. Safemoon is the host. Safemoon Michael. Safemoon Whale. Crypto Control. It shows me right next to him. Nice. That's right, guys. This is the order. It goes Safemoon, Crypto Control, DR, Safemoon Ops Play. Watch everybody unsubscribe. Well, we're in, guys. We're in. I'm going to go ahead and turn their audio up, and we'll see how well this works. We got 5.4K people in here right now. So 5,400. That's crazy. Let me move this over a little bit so we get a little better idea of what's going on here. Here we go. I don't think anyone's talking. I'm gonna refresh it just to make sure. Sometimes it gets a little glitchy. Yeah, I think people are not talking right now. Alrighty. What do you know? It's Safemoon Joe. Yeah, if you guys do me a favor, hit the like button. That helps us get more people in here. I appreciate it. Sounds good, Freeman. Thanks for stopping by, bro. Michelle, Maya Bell, how's it going? You're selling 16 million? That's not going to do much, but that's fine, man. I feel like that's like $5 or something. Safemoon Joe does a really good job of getting people excited for the crypto project. So I have no problems with Joe. I like Joe. I want to buy a new house only in World Tour, enough for me. Does it show me up at the top with on your guys's, or is that just like the people I know is why it shows it? Let me. I keep getting afraid that I'm gonna be missing them talking. Oh, they got John Caroni's in there. Where's John Caroni at? I don't even see him. I wonder if Papa will stop by. That'd be kind of cool. All right, I guess we're just waiting. We got almost 7,000 people in here, so it seems to be going okay right now. Has Joe been a bad boy? I don't know. He might have made some mistakes. Love your videos, man. I watch your stuff to keep updated on everything. Thank you, Freeman. I'm going to be an ex-poor people. Safemoon on fire. He's speaking. Yo, what's up, King of Random Vlogs? How's it going? What was the whole Papa drama about? About him like working for another company and him getting offered $2 million and him trying to prove it. To the moon with Safemoon Joe, let's go. Kind of feel sorry for anyone who isn't immediately invested. Brother, I make lots of money from lovely Inu. Tell me future of the lovely Inu now. I don't know, man. This is Safemoon, bro. What are you talking about? pull this up on my phone just to make sure that to double verify that it's not glitching. Thank you, Crypto Diamond Hands. I appreciate that, man. So just nobody's talking yet. You're right. It would be popping up right here, but I don't know. It's glitchy, so I just want to make sure it's not glitching or anything like that, you know? There they go.
Hello, and welcome to another Safemoon Sunday. We're going to mix it up a little bit here and do a Twitter space. Didn't want to take away from the team's time regarding the Safemoon wallet launch. We're going to have Ryan, our global head of product development, joining us here shortly. Some of the stuff that we'll cover is update on the wallet. We're going to then dive into some community questions and then go through, what the FUD section. So we're just getting Ryan on right now, so just bear with us one moment.
Can you guys hear me now?
Here he is.
Hey, Ryan, how's it going, man?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
Good, good. All right, so just as I told him, just a quick introduction, another Safemoon Sunday. We didn't want to take a day out to do a pre-record session. So we're going to be doing a Twitter space for today's Safemoon Sunday. If you guys aren't already aware, Ryan is our global head of product development, and he's been, leading the charge and getting this wallet done for the community. So I'm John. I'm the CEO of Safemoon, and again, Ryan, global head of product development. Good to have you on, Ryan.
It's awesome to be here, guys. Thank you, John, for this opportunity to be on and talking to the community. I know some people here have seen my Twitter, have heard me, talk about the product, but just to be able to speak to the community directly, I mean, this is a huge opportunity, and it'll be a great AMA for them to see kind of a little bit more behind the scenes and our thought process as we build out Safemoon. So really excited.
Yeah, so let's just dive in. Kind of an update on the wallet. One of the things that we covered is we've got a beta out right now, additional beta for before relaunch. What's going on with that, Ryan?
Yeah, so great things. There's a lot of things that I think that were unforeseen. Coming from testnet, that were very public. And I think a lot of people, when you're in emerging tech and you're in blockchain like we are, when you shift over from testnet into mainnet, it's a whole different world. You can beta test like we did until you're blue in the face, but once you make that switch over into mainnet, you're talking about a completely different environment. It's not like your standard web server setup where you have a test environment and everything should be the same when you migrate over. It's completely different. But the good thing about that is that we've learned so much in this process that now we're going to be able to really maneuver ourselves in a different way moving forward, for security and for making sure that our product is going in the right direction.
Yeah, our focus has always been, accessibility, quality, and security. And I don't think a lot of people realize the amount of work that goes in the back end. I would say product zero, would be the Safemoon token, and then the wallet, the web swap, the liquidity pool, and the in-app swap, and the wallet itself are like 4 different products that you and your team are currently working on, all being integrated together. We've talked about Safemoon being an ecosystem, and that's 100% true. And kind of go through the steps in regards to that. We have the Safemoon token, and then building upon that, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I think the main focus has always been the wallet, right? Everyone's like ready for the wallet, they're ready for the app store, but it's easy to overlook all of our accomplishments before that. And the accomplishments are, number one, obviously the Safemoon token. That's a big accomplishment. But number two, our liquidity pool. And it's not just a liquidity pool, we're going to be a provider. It's a multi-chain liquidity pool, which means that you're not just going now, you won't be going in the future and even in the near future to just Safemoon liquidity pool and doing, maybe a swap with Ethereum. You'll be able to have like Ethereum now and a BEP token as well. So this is huge. And as we grow, we're going to be able to add on to that. So now we're talking about allowing other partners to participate.
Matic, ADA, there's a lot of them. And just to clarify for people, we're not talking about the liquidity pool that's on PancakeSwap that's been traditionally used for the most part. We're talking about our own liquidity pool. And what it is it's the next building block that kind of ties together all the different products, the wallet, the in-app swap, which is something that a lot of companies don't do. While we were building out the wallet, I had other companies reach out to me basically saying, hey, we'll throw on a quick little API to access PancakeSwap. And we're like, no. We think we can do it better, and we know we can do it better, so we're going to do it ourselves. Ryan has been great to have on board. It's been great to and his team has been working tirelessly day and night on literally 4 different products. So our in-app swap connects directly to our liquidity pool, and our web swap, which is actually a different product. You're able to currently use web swap with your MetaMask and your Trust wallet, as well as and then inside of the Safemoon wallet, you're able to use our swap as well within that wallet environment. And Ryan, you mentioned that we have moderators and other people going through I would say a rebeta before the relaunch.
Yeah, and that's so necessary, right? Because like I mentioned before, mainnet is a complete different environment. So we want to make sure that when we're launching this product, that we get one chance to do that in one first impression, right? So if we do that wrong and we gaff that, what's going to happen is, people are going to have that first impression on us, and we just want to make sure that we do it right. And there's nothing wrong with pushing a product, especially a tech product where, you have your digital assets sitting on, that you want to make sure you do it right. And that's just point blank what we're doing. And when John, when you brought me into this role, you said, I want security for our users. You said point blank, I want to take care of our users. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do it right. Even if it has a little bit of a delay, we're going to make sure that we're looking out for everybody out there, because people still need to understand that a lot of times when we build apps like this, we're doing it a whole different way. We're taking public feedback from the community, going back to the drawing board, going back to the lab, and then implementing everything they want in a completely different way. Normally, companies will hire beta teams and think tanks, and they'll then do it behind the scenes. But John, just like you've always said, you need transparency, and that's what we're doing, and that's what we're giving to the community. And it's an incredible thing to be a part of this, and I think a lot of people kind of overlook that.
Yeah, and it's been, honestly, I love being able to just go directly to the users, because it's instant customer feedback, instant user feedback from the get-go while we build it. And all the feedback that we received, those who were able to beta test on the first beta, were able to, all the tickets that were submitted, I watched that Slack, and I don't know how many messages, how many unread messages were there, but I read through them all. And no, you guys really knocked out all that stuff. And again, it was the testnet to mainnet, and the wallet wasn't just the wallet. It's not just about storing tokens. It's also about being able to use our multi-chain swap. And again, multi-chain swap basically means being able to swap tokens, coins, and everything on both the Ethereum and the BEP20 blockchain. But not only just for those right now, it's also building the infrastructure, doing code right, doing it clean, doing it the correct way, so we can integrate additional blockchains and other coins and tokens in the future. everything we've done, and we've talked about this in multiple Safemoon Sundays throughout this entire time, about looking about the long term, planning for the long term, being able to adapt our technology, our blockchain technology and our other technology, with future things, being able to adapt and pivot. And this is stuff that you and I have talked about at length, Ryan, in regards to that stuff. And you really took it to heart with the wallet. And kind of going back to the specifically the wallet, the other item that I think a lot of people overlook, and it's a very minute point, but you've stressed it a lot, is auto updates. A lot of people have automatic updates on certain applications, whether it's iOS or Android, disabled, so they don't automatically get updates. So we have to make sure the first one is ready to go, because they might miss an update. And if we push out a bug fix, or we push out new items a week afterwards, we want to make sure that the initial launch is exactly what we've talked about.
Exactly. And it's funny you say that, because even in our mainnet beta, we even came back and said, wow, we are so glad we did this right, because we found that because we updated our encryption, that what had happened is some people that had the wallet previously weren't able to get back into their wallet because of an update. So if we had launched that, think of all the users that were out there that maybe didn't know that there was an update available, and then they go back to the app, oh, this doesn't work. So
and without exactly, and without being able to give them that, there'd be confusion there. And just so for clarification, for those of you who are new to Safemoon Sunday, new to Safemoon, a new user, new holder, we focus on three things: accessibility, quality, and security. And the security aspect, we wanted to use some new advanced encryption. That's, by the way, for you encryption nerds out there, FIP certified as well as NIST certified, that outperforms a lot of the other options in the market. And then Ryan, it's the team has been working day and night, and I really appreciate everything you've been doing. Dude, I love, we go through Slack, and, just the hundreds and hundreds of messages that I catch up on every day. It's just, I know exactly what's going on. The team knows what's going on. And, it's perfection is a journey. It's not a destination. If you chase perfection, it's kind of a paradox. There's always a next step. There's always something more that you can do. And, I always tie it back to iterate, which is something that you and I have gone into at great length.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it's easily overshadowed when we look at all of the work that's been done under the hood. I think that it's so easy to focus on, the app and what's been done with that. But wow, what we're building, everyone who's listening here, what we're building is such a solid foundation. And the number one thing is you want to do is you want to build your foundation so you can scale. Well, we had to take it step by step, right? So first you need the token, and then after that token, then you're going to need to be able to pull in an ecosystem, because you need your token to be able to connect to other ecosystems. And then we created our own liquidity pool, right? So now we can build on top of the liquidity pool. We can bring in partners. We can start adding other chains, and then we can grow. And then guess what happens after that? Well, now we have the app that is also going to sit on top of that liquidity pool. So a lot of people don't realize they might not realize that we have all these other products that have already been done and built under the hood. They're just not getting the recognition, but we're doing it right. And we're setting ourselves up for scalability. And that's what we have to do if we want to compete, and if we want to make Safemoon the competitor, and build out the vision that we wanted to do.
Well, and with Operation Phoenix, and we can't go into too much detail regarding that, because you know how I always be like, dude, NDA, those things that are standard business practices that everyone always likes to overlook. We've got again, it's all about the ecosystem, exchange. I'm going to say this: subspace. You and I have talked about that. and then a few other products that we're working on the back end. And we need to make sure the foundations are solid. We need to make sure that everything's ready to go. And we really honestly, and it makes your job a lot easier, getting direct user feedback. It just, okay,
Yes.
hey, I don't like this. Like with other companies, they use think tanks and other methods to try to mimic direct user feedback. But we're grateful for being able to be like, okay, what do they don't like? And we can reach out directly and be like, okay, this is what they don't like. Oh, this is what they love. This is what they hate. And you're able just to implement it on right there on the spot for the most part. So all right, so these past couple weeks, we've been working really hard. You've been working really hard, the product development team. And we've got the completed items right now. Right now we have talk about web swap, talk about swap by Safemoon on the web. We've got Wallet Connect, so where they're able to use MetaMask, the current MetaMask, and their other current wallet providers right now and connect their wallet. And then the liquidity pool. That's two items ready to go that are currently working. Albeit they're overlooked because of the application and the in-app swap, but those are two items right now ready to go. What else is going on right now, Ryan?
Yeah, so MVP, right? So minimum viable product. That's the first thing you push out, and then you build upon that. As long as you have your foundation, your scalability, set, and you're doing things right, you're testing right, which is what we're doing. But the web swap, like you mentioned, that's the first step. Now that we have that out, we can start looking for partners. Now we'll start looking for token partners who will participate in that. We'll start building out pairs, and we're going to be building that out, and that in turn will also be growing Safemoon's ecosystem. So the swap has the built-in, fee, and with that fee, there's a small fee that's going to be going into, and I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's going to be going into Safemoon's ecosystem, and what that is, it helps us build more products on top of the Safemoon brand, and on top of this ecosystem.
And not just that, there's one item that was overlooked, and that's the buyback and burn. So every swap that takes place on Swap by Safemoon, on the web swap, on the in-app swap, contributes to a buyback and burn of Safemoon tokens. Product zero. So.
Yeah. Which goes back to the holders. I mean, it goes, all of this, the way to look at this is we've built this engine, right? That we're just now setting everything on top of and taking all the holders with us through this journey. So as long as we keep doing what we're doing and we're setting this foundation and we're bringing products in like we have been, and the Safemoon app will be the next product we bring in. And all those people, I know so many people are anticipating this, and it's like everyone needs to realize that we're just about there. And then once this launches, you're going to look back and it's just going to be a point in passing time. Be like, oh, I remember when I was, maybe nervous that it wouldn't launch, or, oh, that was silly. But then we're going to be on to our next product and then on to the next. And that's how you build out an ecosystem. So right now, this is like the beginning of the journey. And it's exciting, because we're able to get this user feedback. We have such an amazing community. I can't tell you guys how amazing this community is. Like the emails that we get of people just wanting to help. This has never been done. We're breaking the mold on so many different things. And how many companies do you know use their Twitters to and use their community to beta test a product? I mean, we have been going lightning speed because of that. I mean, we have beta testing, but what you guys have found is amazing. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So we're able to just go so much faster. And this is something that we all need to recognize, that this is what sets Safemoon apart. This is what makes us different. And John, just like when we met, that was kind of something you as a CEO have always told me, was we need to really set ourselves apart. This is Safemoon, and this is the brand and the vision that we need to protect. And we're doing that to a T.
Yeah, and this is why go through charted territory when there's still so much things uncharted and more things to discover. Albeit a technical difference, it is a rather large difference between Swap by Safemoon and what other folks are doing. where a lot of other folks, they take a shortcut where they just slap an API together into an application or onto a web swap or whatever, and it just connects directly to a Pancake Swap or Uniswap. What we are doing is building a whole separate ecosystem outside of that for our Safemoon users, for our Safemoon community, because it benefits them better. And I've always harped on, how does this benefit the community? How does this benefit our users? And I mean, you always have the right answers. Like, this is the X, this is Y, and we go through it and we game plan it. And yes, we are moving at lightning speed, and the community allows us to do that. But there's a lot of questions that we've had, and there's some FUD that was brought up, and kind of going back to the normal Safemoon Sunday structure. We're going to dive right in to the what the FUD section. So, all right. Usually activate graphic that usually would be there, but we don't have that there. This is a Twitter space. So diving right in. All right. So the one of the biggest pieces of FUD items that I saw and that you've seen is there was never any wallet. Well, I would say 50,000 people would disagree with you right there. But Ryan, kind of go into the current rebeta and relaunch.
Yeah, absolutely. So, that's a funny thing. Like I mentioned before, testnet is so much different from mainnet. And you see some people, well, why do you need 2 betas? Well, you have to realize that testnet, for one, for those that don't maybe not understand it a little bit, when you launch on testnet, you're not actually launching with the same mechanisms that you would on mainnet. For example, on testnet, you're not testing out gas issues and gas fees because there's no gas. So that's one thing. The other thing is, now you're dealing with people's real digital assets. So now you have to have an extra level of security involved.
Yeah.
And then you don't get to have that until you actually send real digital assets on the blockchain.
Well, and then
so
it's always been funny. They're like, well, there was never any wallet. I'm like, I've sent videos out on my Twitter and photos out on my Twitter. I have it. I have the most updated version of the Safemoon wallet running on my on my Samsung, and then I also have it running on my on the iPhone. It's like I've already sent back and forth funds and everything, and through the Safemoon wallet, and we've got our brilliant moderators currently right now working, and then also some community members working on the beta. The next piece of FUD was regarding the key moments and the website. So real quick. All right. We are all about transparency. We're all about, keeping the community involved with our development process. So, we're not going to keep you in the dark. We have launch goals. And, Ryan, you and I worked on some of them. We're going to have to revise a little bit. But these are launch goals. These are internal deadlines that we decided to share with the community. These are items that we are shooting for. For example, with in regards to the exchange, we published that key moment, that launch goal, and we're shooting to hit it. However, if we don't, we'll let you know along the way. Now, and that it works in the inverse. If we're ready way faster and way quicker than before, we'll let you know, and we'll go ahead and launch it. And this is something that you and I have been, talking about, is how do you get a launch date correctly? You know what I mean? How do you launch? And we kind of settled on launch goals, because we're not going to just keep the community in the dark. We're going to share. Hey, we're shooting for October for this. We're shooting for November for the podcast. Operation Phoenix, full announcement and reveal in December. That's stuff that we are working internally, and if anything changes, we'll update them. But with your job is to put the pedal to the metal, the pen to paper, the keystrokes to code, as they say, in regards to your team and meeting those deadlines. And so Ryan, you've told me, like, hey, I will give you a realistic timeline. However, this is what we need to do. And so, kind of go through your thoughts in regards to launch goals and the key moments.
Yeah, definitely. So, I'll start by saying launch goals are amazing. And I think that we should always have a goal. Obviously, we're going to have a mission and we're going to have a goal. Launch dates and deadlines before you've actually started on the product tend to let people down. and this goes for bigger companies, it goes for other blockchain projects. This is how we approach that, and this is how we are going to be approaching this, is that we're going to have our internal soft launch dates, and we're going to discuss how many resources, what kind of time frames we're looking at, and then we're going to give milestones, and we're going to show the community, hey, these are the milestones that we've hit along the way, and these are the milestones that are left that we need to hit before we get to this common goal or before we get to this launch. Now, that's the best way to approach it, because then the community has oversight, right? Then you guys have transparency, and you guys can see, wow, they've finished this, milestone 1, 2, and 3. They still have milestone 4, but they're not in the dark. They get to see progress, and we'll be able to share, kind of our journey with them as well. And so I think that's really important for anybody, for any user of any technology. Wow, I want to see progress. And when you guys see that, then we're not in the dark anymore. And I think what we've learned from this process is that you don't want to leave people in the dark, because then what happens in the dark?
Yeah,
FUD,
and
right?
it's all about this is Safemoon is for all, and there's room on this rocket ship. You know what I mean? And everyone's part of this journey with us. It's, again, we talked about this before. Safemoon is different. We're not going to do practices like other companies out there where they will not provide. Hey, this is what we're working on. We love you guys. Hey, beta, we're looking to shoot it for this time. Please, when it launches, we want your feedback. We include our users into the development process, and that's what I've always loved, is just feedback, whether negative or positive. It helps us not only as a company, as a corporation, but it also helps us as a movement inside the cryptocurrency space to push forward. From my opinion, there's been a lot of stagnation within this space. There's been a lot of repeat of one-trick ponies happen all the time, and SafeMoon's different. We're an ecosystem, and unfortunately, I can't go into too much detail because of multiple NDAs and other stuff that we've done. But Operation Phoenix is probably one of the largest undertakings that we're successfully implementing right now in the blockchain technology arena. So we're really, really excited to have the whole Safemoon community on board, and just to kind of tie back to the what the FUD points. One, yes, the wallet's existed. We're looking forward to release it soon, and then two,
Very soon.
In regards to the key moments and launch goals getting updated on the website, that'll be done soon as well. All right, Ryan, I think it's time we open this up to some community questions. So, all right, let's go ahead and tee it off. Let me reach out. Hey, let's go ahead and put one of the hands up. Go ahead and tee up one of the community members. Hello. I believe
Hello?
you are muted, right? I think there we
Hello?
go. Hello. How's it going?
How's it going, Fabo?
Hello?
We can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm sorry. The mic's going in and out.
Oh, no, you're good.
So I apologize. You said you announced the date for the wallet, or you said it kind of cut off.
So, are you asking about the launch date of the wallet?
So in regards to the launch, the relaunch of the wallet, no, we have not given a specific date, but Ryan and his team are currently working through that. And with the relaunch, remember, we have to resubmit with Apple and Google Play. And as soon as that's done, we will have more of a clear timeline. In all reality, Google Play Store is a lot easier. Apple App Store is usually the wild card that comes into the development. And a lot of the developers out there who we've worked with, or who know us and who have worked with Apple, understand that the App Store is more of a wild card. So, Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's exactly right. And this goes back to the launch date thing where we talk about it. This is why after the next moving forward, if we ever have an update, we're going to make sure that everything's staged, ready to go before we announce any type of update launch. Or we might even make it a surprise sometimes too. But at the end of the day, we're going to make sure that those are staged first, because we can never give an honest launch date if we're waiting on another company to go through, audit, do the checks they need to do, because that would be dishonest. We wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
So moving forward, we've learned from this, and we're going to be doing it a completely different way.
Our names are Ryan and John, not Tim Cook. So unfortunately, we don't have control over the App Store approval timeline. So as soon as we have more information in regards to that and resubmission and everything else takes place, the community will know. Thank you, Fabo. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for everything. We really appreciate it. And safe moon to the moon. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Fabo.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
All right, we have time for 2 more questions from the community. So next one. Just give us 1 second while we bring up the next question. Oh, there we go.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, how's it going, guys? What do you know? It's Penny Crypto, and I just have one question. I've been fighting FUD for the whole past week, and I think the community. I tweeted out earlier questions that people wanted to ask, so I just have one from the community. And is there any way you can clarify and talk about how Swap and Liquify is probably being used for the exchange that's coming up?
So when you talk about an exchange, that's 2 separate actually technologies. So you have centralized and decentralized exchanges. A decentralized exchange, honestly, each one kind of functions in a different format, but it requires massive amounts of user input. Now, a centralized exchange, such as Gate.io, Bitmark, KuCoin, whatever, what they have is called an internal ledger system. Now, they can connect to the decentralized exchange, or the DEX, and they do so through the use of hot wallets. Now, that hot wallet essentially acts as a representation of all their users on a decentralized platform. So it's actually two separate technologies when you talk about a centralized exchange, aka an exchange, or a wallet, liquidity pool, or a decentralized exchange. So in regards to a swap and liquify function on that, it's a different, that wouldn't necessarily be applied to something like an order book, which is essentially how a lot of these exchanges work. Is they work on an internal order book, and they match buys and sell operations between the two, between 2 users. Appreciate the question. I hope that provides clarification. I highly recommend the community look at the difference between a decentralized exchange and a centralized exchange, and the different technologies that go into implementing the 2 of those, because they are very separate in their functionality.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for making Safemoon history with this space, and I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you. Thank you for the question. All right, last question. Please raise your hand if you would like to speak. Last question. Just raise your hand if you'd like to speak.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm from India, and I'm a student. I'm having a question, a small question. Do we have like reversible reduction like Binance did? They reduce their token. Such plan do we have?
Can you rephrase that question one more time?
Okay, okay. Like Binance had did their reversible reducing tokens. They had burn with their blockchain. Do we have like that? Like we will burn, we will reverse the number of tokens through blockchain.
So okay, so yes, so Safemoon is actually a deflationary token, and so there is a burn that actually takes place inherently after every transaction that takes place on within our smart contract system. So the short answer is yes, we do have a deflationary aspect, and yes, there are many tokens taken out of circulation. So yes, it is you could say it is similar in regards to that, but we have a native deflationary aspect to Safemoon. So I hope that answers your question, and appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, so that kind of concludes community questions aspect, and we're going to go ahead and wrap this this Safemoon Sunday up. Ryan, so the next 3 steps for the Safemoon wallet, correct me if I'm wrong, it's 1, finish up the rebeta, get the feedback and revise, resubmit, and then launch.
That's correct. Yep. We're flying through this beta right now, and because of the community's input, we've been able to go so much faster. And once we get through this backlog of all the things that you guys want, because you guys are really passionate about what you want, so we are like pushing through those. Once that's done, or at least all the priority items are finished, then, like you said, John, we're going to be pushing out to Google Play first. Our plan is to launch Android first, and then following that will be iPhone.
Awesome. Yep. And again, as we stated earlier, usually Google Play is a little bit quicker. And then, but once those are submitted, once those are resubmitted, you'll know. And then it's just waiting on the approval process. But yes, right now we're projecting that Android, albeit some miracle coming down and Apple going faster than Android, Android will be the first portion launch, and then iOS after that. Yep. Anyway, I want to thank everybody, the Safemoon Army, for listening. Ryan, Global Head of Product Development, glad to have you on here to answer questions and also to provide more clarification and also information on the, well, technically 5 different products that we have right now: the Safemoon token, the liquidity pool, the web swap, the in-app wallet, and the wallet itself. Yep. So thank you for coming on and talking about that. So anyway, Safemoon Army, thank you for listening. I'm John. I'm the CEO of Safemoon.
And I'm Ryan, the Global Head of Products for Safemoon. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it. And thanks, John, for the opportunity.
We are Safemoon. We are family. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. Yeah, I don't mind asking questions, but my Twitter just doesn't work, guys. I'm not shy. I go on the stage and all that jazz. There wasn't a lot of information there. Safemoon Joe muted you for explaining liquidity pools. Yeah, we got to deal with a lot of jackasses in the chat. You just got to understand a bunch of jackasses come into our chats, and we have to deal with all of them. And we have to separate them from, like, the really cool people. So I wish they would have asked about version 2 or something else. We didn't really get any information, but that's okay. At least they're coming out and talking to us. I got bit by a mosquito. Now we're going to jump into the Discord AMA, and we might see an appearance from Papa or somebody in the Discord, so hopefully somebody else stops by. I'm going to turn on some music. We're going to jump in the Discord. Here comes the dip. What if a consider ass ban the FUD clowns? Yeah, I want to ban them. I don't know why they're here. Like, go spend time with your family. Go invest your time in another crypto. It's like they're paid to come in here and hate on Safemoon. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're paid to do this, or you have absolutely no life, and this is what you choose to do with your time. I don't spend my time hating on things that I don't believe in. I go find something I believe in, and I spend time on that. So that's why you get banned in my chat. I don't want you in my audience. I'm totally down to discuss things you're concerned about, but just straight up just hate and FUD, that's not allowed. Yes. If you don't like being silenced, then that's not my problem. Then don't be that way. Be respectful. That's really all it is. You can express concern while being respectful. It's the disrespect that will get you banned very quickly. So I'm going to have to jump over to Discord to get the EF5 rundown on what just happened here. I'm not paid. I'm disappointed. Sorry. I know, and I try to separate just the people that are just not happy or disappointed. There's a difference between being upset and being concerned and just wasting your time trying to tear Safemoon down, you know? It's like, what is going on? So we're going to jump into the Discord right now. This should be having a stage event, I believe. I try to give you guys room to, like, be upset. I understand that. There's a difference between being upset and, I gotta mute their music. Give me a second. They're blasting that music, bro. Alright, we are in the Discord. They're already starting, so we're going to jump in here right now. Here we go. I got Mr. Vino. Vino's a pretty cool guy. Yeah, something like that. Got Safemoon Whale. We got Safemoon Positivity up in here. We got Crypto Control. I don't see Safemoon Joe or Michael. Yo, J-Rome TV, thank you for the $2, man. Really appreciate that. Or two, whatever currency that is. Whatever it is, I appreciate it, man. At least Twitter didn't crash. It didn't crash, that's true. So they're going to be starting soon. I'm going to go pee real quick. Be right back. Okay. They're just not talking yet. They should be starting soon. Just wish they would have had more content version 2 and explain why they have to resubmit in iOS and Android stores. Yeah, there really wasn't much to talk about. I mean, it's okay. I'm okay with it. QDS, thank you for the $10, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Shout out to QDS Land. Very good supporter. Thank you for helping me pay my bills, man. I really appreciate that. Mooncast should be starting any minute now. No one's gonna. They should have asked about version 2 token. I mean, I'm sure if they had something to tell us, they would have. But they need to keep things to themselves a little more and drop bombs rather than tweeting the same thing over and over. I mean, they have been dropping bombs lately. It's just really the wallet, the issues they ran into the wallet, just kind of put them in a bad position. All right. Well, they're taking forever to start. I'm gonna go ahead and put my music on. I'm gonna pick a song that I want to hear. Not this one. Where's it at? Where is that song at? Like, There it is. Raphael, I'm gonna give you a warning. That's not FUD. That's just that you're the kind of person I ban. Safemoon a lot, blah blah blah. Like, that's not a good comment. You're the kind of people that when people act like that is when and I'll give you a warning. But you guys have to also understand, I know that you're upset and there should be room for you guys to be upset. At the same time, you have to understand how many fudders I have to deal with in my chat. It's a lot. So if you start complaining, I might get you mixed up with the fudders and you might get banned. I don't want to ban you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing today? It is another episode of the Mooncast podcast by the Scholars and Moderation team. Today we are going to pretty much just discuss what happened with everything that was announced today on the Twitter space. It worked incredibly well. I was quite surprised. There was nearly, I think at one point it did reach 10,000 people in a space, and Twitter handled it better than expected. So it was good to see. Now, I was hoping to get live on YouTube as well, but we had a hiccup there, so we are just live over on the Facebook today as per usual. So if you got any questions over on the Facebook, just send us a message in the chat and I'll try and collate them as we go along. So how do we all feel? Gandalf, Mr. Adult, Benno?
First off, mic check, make sure I'm working after some time off.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay, I was trying to broadcast it on here. That went pretty well. I think it was what I expected. I think the community was probably hoping for more because everybody just wants answers and solutions and products instantly, and that's not what this was. This was more of explaining how the past has gone and what the future is going to bring.
Exactly. I could just say the same thing as Benno. It was more like a calm, I would say, testing of a Twitter space, but with good explanations. And actually, it was good to hear Ryan on the stage too.
Yeah, Ryan has been a massive contribution to the development of the wallet, and he has been so hands-on, especially in the last couple of days that the mod team have been able to get a hands on the actual mainnet and just, anything that we've put to him, he's dealt with it in the matter of minutes, even if not hours. And most of the things that were reported were completed and fixed within one update, which has been fantastic. They're smashing out these bugs that we're finding. And yeah, so it's been incredible in terms of what the team have done. And once it's out to everyone else and they've got through everything that they needed to obviously get through, which was obviously the mainnet difficulties. Mainnet and testnet, as Ryan said, were two different beasts. Testnet, you can kind of play around and you're not dealing with people's money. But if, like you said, if he launched with what was mainnet at the time, you would have been having a whole different conversation, and it would have been a risk to everyone involved if they tried to look to launch with a product that wasn't ready. So he wants to make sure that 100% that wallet, as soon as he hits live, it works fantastically for everyone. So great shout out to Ryan there. And as we say, we'll just jump straight into some questions today and just see what people have got for us. Hopefully we can answer all of them. So if you got a question, Facebook, send them in the chat. And then obviously you got some people raising their hands. So let's, well, first off, Safemoon Whale. Let's bring him up.
Before we get started, everybody just make sure that before you come up on stage, before you speak, don't have a hot mic. We don't want to listen to grandmother yelling in the background because she dropped her pancakes on the ground and it's made a mess. And people just want to listen to what the questions are. So just double check your mics and remember that we are.
Guys, if you guys have any questions, I can go up on stage and ask them. This isn't the Safemoon dev team, so you have to be realistic, and they're not going to know a lot. So if you have to have a question, try to think of one that they can actually answer and don't say, oh, it's an NDA, we don't know. So if you think of some good questions, I might go up there.
I don't know if, because someone asked me to submit a question from the team. I don't know if they send that over to you guys, but I guess I'll just ask here anyway. And the main question is I had, you know, what the thing I've been fighting for is communication. And I think while a lot of people think that the Twitter Spaces lacked information, I think the communication was there. And definitely, you know, using us YouTubers and other social media influencers to show that the wallet per se was real and that it was working and that they were working on it, which they are. What I really want to ask is if the team plans to continue those sorts of communication styles that are not only fun, but interactive for the community, where the community might feel like their feedback is being listened to.
Yeah. So I can say from just visual point of view, it was fantastic. You know, the word spread and, you know, all the different videos like yourself. There was a few others. You got Crypto from Safemoon Michael, Safemoon Joe. Those guys, they all put their videos out there, and it was great to see people's feedback. And I appreciate that you said you liked it too in the way that it was done. So it was definitely 100% one of the better ways to announce, you know, sort of like the main net product. So 100%, I don't see them not doing it again. It worked perfectly, and as we've all had a chance to play around with the wallet, obviously there's still bugs to be had and still to be dealt with, but for the most part the wallet's there. And yeah, I 100% can see them continuing what exactly method they've done. In terms of communication, I know that more communication is coming. As they said, is as soon as it's been submitted, then it is just a waiting game for them to turn it on, essentially, on the different respective stores. So 100% communication is only going to get better from here on out.
Okay, that's good to know. And I have another question. And I know, like, you know, I would prefer that the team, you know, does it the way that they're saying, you know, in terms of not giving the date, how they didn't give like an expectation for the wallet. You know, I think that works great. But I think the thing that now a lot of people are curious about, since so much of the team has been put in the effort of completing the wallet, what is going to happen with V1 to V2 and the exchange? Are those likely to get delayed? You know, is the team, you know, thought about that, or are they keeping on schedule with it?
At the moment, expect them as on schedule until they announce anything. As I said, they're going to look to communicate more, and if things change within the timelines, then they're going to look to say that as this time goes on. You know, is everyone wanted an update time frame with what was going on with the wallet, and then obviously it wasn't the wallet launch that they wanted, but at the end of the day they're going to get the product out in a better state than they wanted to launch with. So 100%, as time goes on, you'll see the time frames that they're laying out. I believe they did mention something in the space about it coming across and giving you more up-to-date information with those, somewhere aligned there. So once that information is ready to be published, you'll hear about it.
All right, sounds good. That's all the questions I have for now. If anything, I'll just raise my hand again, but thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Samuel. Yeah, so guys, if you got any more questions or anyone got a question at all, put your hands up and we can get you up. If you do want to answer any questions in terms of through the voice, we can bring you up onto the text and just put in your questions in the event stage, and we can ask those there. Vito, are we collating them as normal?
It's a little slower today. I got one coming in, but I do want to make sure I mention one thing. So some people were asking about the website crash that we had last week with the DDoS attack. We don't work on the website end, so we know that information that's just given to us. So in terms of what happened last week with that, even though it's been addressed by now, we know what you know. That we really can't say more than that. We're not the website folks, so you just have to go with what you have on that. But we'll take the other questions, and I am adding them to the list now.
Sweet. Let's get some more people up while we do this. We've got Winter, Safemoon, Joker. So we bring those guys up. Let's just see if where they through. Safemoon, Joker. I see your mic was active.
Yep. Yeah. I just told my grandma not to drop any pancakes, so I think we're okay. You guys can hear me all right, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Awesome. How about the grandma?
Yeah. No, she's ready to drop them, but I asked her to wait a minute.
We're supposed to swap them, not drop them. Pancake swaps.
There you go. That's even better. Yeah, I like that. All right. So the first thing that I want to say, and I'm probably beating a dead horse here, but I feel like John's Ryan's stuff was great. I mean, it's great to hear, verbally what we've kind of seen through Discord and Twitter over the last week. So that's awesome to hear that, kind of the same stuff. But I feel like the promotion of the Twitter space for the last couple of days, again, I just think that, it's what we've been saying, that someone's with some marketing expertise really needs to take the bull by the horns here, because I feel like we were promoted water is wet. It's like, no, we really didn't learn anything on this one. It's nice to hear some of the stuff, come from John's mouth again, but I feel like there should be a progression of professionalism as you grow as a company, and I have to remind myself that we're talking about a company that's 5 or 6 months old. So there is that, and these are all people that are pretty new, at least from the executive team. They're kind of learning on the job. But I do think that there's, if there's not a consultant out there that they haven't reached out to, someone should be trying to find some kind of business consultant that can come out and be like, this is how we want to communicate, for going on. Because what happens is you build up all this hype. It's almost like the boy that cried wolf, right? Oh, we got an AMA coming out, big news coming out. And then it's like, well, it's the same old stuff that we've already heard. And so there really wasn't a lot of new information that we got out of this. And so, that I don't want to, I'm not going towards a negative. Me personally, I'm not going down a negative path, but what ends up happening is this doesn't help prevent FUD, right? Because they didn't say anything. They didn't say when the wallet's going to be released. They talked about the processes that were already there, and these are all things that we kind of knew even the day after or 2 days after, last Saturday. So that's, I'm going to keep harping on that until I see it getting better, because I understand the need there to communicate with the community. That definitely was, important. I get it. But the content needs to be, I think, a little more relevant than just, repeating. I mean, I'm not, when I say this, I'm not sectioning out any of the YouTube people that you guys have mentioned, but there are some other content makers out there that their sole source of, talking about Safemoon on their channel is to go back and read Reddits and read what other people are saying. And it's like, I get it that some people don't want to all do that, but at the end of the day, new content is what I think this entire community is looking for. And, it shouldn't have any effect on the price, but what you see is you build up all this hype, you get people talking all excited. I think the most important thing that happened this week was that you guys and the YouTubers got access to the beta. I think that was huge. I think that should have been like kind of the focus, and talking about that and rehashing stuff from last week doesn't, and they, at the end of the day, that was probably the only real relevant thing, was that they turned this over to a bunch of people and they're getting a lot of positive feedback. But for me, it just seemed like another opportunity to get it in front of people and kind of like talk and, not laugh, but, make, I'm trying to put this into a simplified phrase, not make light of the fact that, we're still not sitting here with a product. Like, we get it all. I don't know what that AMA was about, what the Twitter space was about today. I don't know, what that was. So to bring this whole thing.
Let me jump in there and ask you is, what information you as a person what information are you looking for? Now, obviously with the wallet launch date, they can't give you that information because it's not concrete in stone, because there's a few things in play. They need to be ready, and then once they're ready, their hands are in the likes of Apple Store and the Google Play Store. So apart from the wallet launch date, what other information would you be wanting from the team? And if we're able to provide that, we'll try and do so. If we can get questions or anything like that, we'll try and do that. But we need to try and get what information you are wanting.
Well, I think, some of it, so John mentioned it at the very end about the submittal process, right? So there's that. But I think the part that I would like is maybe, somebody like Ryan going into, I've worked for software companies my entire life. There are dev cycles, right? And it's kind of like, swallow, rinse, and repeat, so to speak. And you get to a point where now we're ready to push this out to beta. Well, what happens if we have, a regression? Okay, and then we need to go back and, swallow, rinse, and repeat again. And so to understand, they're talking about all this great feedback from the community that we're getting. What is the process? What that dev is using? Like, is it we fix these bugs and we test for 3 days, we test for 12 hours? Like, what is that process? Because I know applications like this you don't go from saying you're going to release a product on the 28th to, hey, we got, to finding out that you weren't ready for mainnet because it's so much different than testnet. And now we're, coding 24/7 to try to get it ready for mainnet. So to understand that process, internally, as far as, how, what's the cycle, and what happens if there's a regression during the beta process? Because, these YouTube guys could uncover something with, the buy button or something like that could spin this thing back into, dev for another 2 weeks. You guys could be waiting for something from Wire, who knows? And so, I think that would be important to the community. I have a good understanding of what that, might look like. But I think right now there's a general consensus in the community that this thing could be out any day. And it's really now the way that it's kind of been positioned is that it's really going to be on Google's Google Play and Apple's, store policies once we submit it, without even telling us like what the process is. Not necessarily give us a date, but like where does, what are the holes? Or what are the what's left to be solved, and what steps do you guys take to get to that point? Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. So you're essentially wanting a breakdown of everything and how they're working to get this product out to a specific time. Obviously, if they say end of September or end of December for the blockchain or whatever product they're releasing, you are wanting sort of a breakdown of information on what's happening. So I'll give you a bit of background as to what's actually happened at the moment. Excuse me one sec. So there's a few members within the mod team, and then the community as well. There's a few selected YouTubers, and we're all testing it, and we're all vigorously testing it.
Right.
We all report every single bug that we find to Ryan and his team. Once it is that all that information has been collected, they'll go back and Ryan will feed that to the development team and they'll fix those problems. A new update will come out once a set amount of things have been fixed, and we'll rinse and repeat until they feel that the bugs that are coming in, maybe, it could be something as simple as a font size isn't dramatic. It's just off by 2 pixels or whatever. Once there's got to pretty much the polishing stage and the hammering down of the final little fixtures, they can then submit that, get that ready, and then updates can then be pushed as and when once it's live. But they are just trying to make sure that 100% there's no bugs that would cause, problems with people's money disappearing or that, because at the end of the day, we're playing with real life money, and they want to make sure that that's correct.
Yep.
So
what are they using? Do you know, are they using Confluence or Jira or anything like that? I know they're using Zendesk to track tickets, but are they using anything for bug tracking on the back end?
Internally, I couldn't tell you. We just report to Ryan and send Ryan any sort of screenshots or anything like that we find, and he'll collate that and then deal with that in the back end.
They do have 2 different systems, and one's an easygoing system that ties into our Discord, and then they have their own internal system. I couldn't tell you what their own internal system is. I just know they have one.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Thanks,
I hope
guys.
I've been able to share a bit on that anyway. Just
Yeah,
to give you a bit of
no,
understanding
no,
what's happening.
that was helpful, man. And you know, I'm sorry to keep busting, you know, the balls of the presentation and stuff. I just, with as big as, you know, we all keep talking about this getting, I just want to see that communication getting, you know, getting a little more crisp. That's all.
Sure. As time goes on, it will only get better. I can say that.
Great. Take care, guys.
Thank you very much, Joker. Winter, how are we doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Do you know if they've got any plans to actually release about V2 on Twitter or any of the other platforms? Because there was nothing mentioned today.
You're referring to Safemoon V2 as in the sort of contract upgrade?
Yeah, the stuff that was supposed to be coming out this month.
Right. So from everything regarding Safemoon V2, all I can say is that it's meant to have its own Safemoon moment. Now, whether that was meant to be for today, but obviously things got pushed back because of the wallet. I believe that the next Safemoon Sunday, which is the 19th, is that correct? Someone quote me if I'm wrong. Is it the 19th?
Correct. It's the 19th.
Yeah. Yeah, so on the 19th, it should have its own moment. If not, and it's pushed back, then that's where the communication comes in, and then we'll let people know. But it's just about this had to take priority because people wanted an answer from John, and you know they wanted to have that conversation and hear it from the powers that be. So that's what today was about, getting the information in terms of, you know, there wasn't key information going out because, again, there's still NDAs that they have to follow and there's still things that need to be done. But for the most part, that's why they had to come out, because people wanted their information from, as I said, the powers that be. So V2 should have its own moment on the 19th. If anything is to go differently, then obviously then we can look to announce that as and when they're ready.
Also, just to follow up, did you get any answer from what I asked last week about where we can track the swap and burn buys that go through? Because it still doesn't show on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko anywhere.
I haven't as of yet. I'm still waiting for a response, but I know the team were too focused on getting the wallet done. So it's still on my to-do list. I still have a few questions that I need answering. So you are still there on my list. So don't worry. I will get an answer as soon as their hands are not tied with everything else.
Yeah, I just think it'd be interesting for the community to actually see how many people are actually going through the website swap, and when the wallets do actually come out, obviously how much impact it's actually doing on the volume. Because at the moment it doesn't look like it's bringing any volume because there's no way to track it.
So the way that if you want to see a live visual, now there is a which one is it? I think it's PooCoin has the Safemoon swap to BNB listed. So you can try on there if you're wanting for a live visual in terms of traffic. But there isn't anything physically from our point of view yet that can show you.
Yeah, I did have a look on the PooCoin one, but I'd only seen like Baby Swap or something on there. There's nothing for Safemoon swap, which is
So if you go onto PooCoin.com or PooCoin.app, I think it is, and then once you type in Safemoon, and then you load the Safemoon token, it should default to PancakeSwap V2. And then just underneath or just above the top of the graph, there'll be a drop down. There'll be Safemoon swap, Safemoon to BNB, and then you can see the traffic from there. There's quite a bit of traffic going on that, so it is being utilized. But I understand what you're wanting. You want in sort of like a tally visual of sort of traffic and stuff. So that potentially something they can look to update.
No, it sounds good. Obviously, just to know that it is actually on there, and then obviously see where the traffic is, even if you don't see the full volume, still gives you a good idea of how much is actually going through.
Yeah, sure. Like I said, 100% I agree with you. And hopefully once everything's out there, we can get that feature up on the website, at least some sort of graph to show you know, the sort of traffic and stuff like that.
Cheers.
No problem. Thank you very much, Mentor. Have we got any questions in the chat there, Veno?
Oh yeah, we got a few piling up. There's some of the same ones we've gotten through before, but people will feel better hearing it reiterated or re-answered from you.
That's no problem. Let's have a look. Please explain the liquidity pool in the swap function and how it works. So believe you're referring to the Safemoon swap. So the Safemoon swap, when you make any transaction, the fee that you pay, whatever it is then charged. So let's just say hypothetically you're swapping BNB to Safemoon, 0.25% will be applied, and then that will be distributed accordingly. Let me just quickly get the exact fees up to explain which ways things are split across those. 1 second. So 0.25% is broken up 3 ways. So first of all, you have 0.17% is going into an LP pool. So that's building a pool of the tokens and the fees that are being applied. Then we have 0.05%, which is a pot of funds which is being applied to the ecosystem. So the ecosystem could be the things such as exchange, paying devs, it's sort of the business pot, and that's how Safemoon is able to grow as a company. And then we have the burn and buyback automatically. So when you make a transaction, 0.03% goes automatically to buy Safemoon. So that is a buy function. So that's another 10% in there, and then is sent straight to the burn wallet, which again technically incurs another fee as well because it's a transfer. So there's technically a 20% in there as well. So that's that one there. Was there any news if Simplex partnership fell through or they still try to add with Wire? All I'll say on that is that when Safemoon as a company looks to find partners, and there's always room for improvement, and they just felt at this stage Wire was a ultimate better improvement for what they fit and what their goals were. So that's is where they're at with that one. What are we doing to make tokens desirable for traders, and who would increase the burn / volume? I can say is that the increase of volume and sort of everything within Safemoon's ecosystem will come once the foundations are complete. As they start to roll out products and as they start to bring out the wallet, then the exchange, and then the blockchain, once that foundations is complete, you'll start to see a dramatic change in sort of like the volume and stuff, and getting more users, because then our reach will be more wider. And that's what it's about, is trying to reach everyone, because it is for everyone. I'll quickly go through this last one. Have we got any status on how much transaction volume going through the swap? Right, so we just mentioned that one there. So that one, hopefully we can get some sort of tracker on the website. I'll see if we can mention that as a suggestion. And then, as we said, is you can track it through the likes of certain decks that do track the Safemoon swap. Let's bring some more people up. Let's get some people in here and see if we can ask some questions. Victory, how are we doing? Oh.
Victory, you may need to leave and come back. We can see you're going green, but we can't hear you.
Hello?
Oh, I think you're there. Hello?
Can you hear me? Oh, sorry about that. I know that Safemoon has a marketing team, but I was wondering, is there also a PR team? And I ask because a lot of us want to get friends and family to invest in Safemoon. And, when people, quote unquote, do their own research, what do? They go to Google. And if you Google, you'll find that there are a lot of articles out there that are, anyone who knows anything about Safemoon, when you read them, you'll see that the person who wrote it knows nothing about Safemoon, and has a lot of misinformation, and they're just plain inaccurate. A lot of articles out there, and they're just doing it for clickbait. But my question is Safemoon working to counter that with some positive and factual articles and putting more things out there so that when people Google, there are more relevant and truthful articles out there for people to learn about Safemoon? Because whether we like it or not, people aren't going to go to only the Safemoon website. They're not just going to go to, the positive side of Twitter or Facebook. They're going to go to Google. And right now, when you Google Safemoon, there's just so many false articles out there.
Yeah, for sure. The problem is you can't really win at that level in terms of sort of competitiveness of article writing and stuff like that. Is we can't really win. We can only look to educate the people that are trying to come into the space. And that's where myself, Gandalf, and the moderation team try and give these sort of educational articles. You've got the likes of, the content creators that do make some of the great videos that we are spreading the Safemoon message. So from a community standpoint, that's all we can really do in terms of push our education and our knowledge to explain is that no, those articles, as you mentioned, are clickbaity, and they're clickbaity for a reason, because ultimately they're just looking for money, and that's all it's about to them, is they don't care what they say as long as they're getting the clicks. So yeah, you're 100% right on that front. As for anything internally, the team have, as I say, the marketing team, as you mentioned, they do have other team or community within there that were able to sort of push articles out. Hopefully that grows once they're out of this sort of hardworking moment in terms of pushing the wallet out. So yeah, we can only do so much as the community members, and that's all we can really do. And I hope that once the team are not so heads down, we can start to discuss more and more and more sort of ways to drown those clickbaiters out, because the clickbaity articles and stuff like that is just a no-go for me, and it's just trying to teach people where the right information is, which is why I would say is join the Discord, join the Twitter spaces, join the Facebook groups. We have these official spaces for a reason, for people to learn. So if you're on one of these, you hopefully going to get the answers from one of us, or one of the community members that knows what they're talking about.
Really, thanks for that. I just want to say too, a lot of these clickbait articles are from BS websites. So, all Safemoon needs is a couple articles from reputable news sources, and that would drown out all the noise, because people would trust a name they know better than one of these no-name websites. But thank you so much for answering my question.
Yeah, no problem. Like I say, if any of these websites want to reach out and have a conversation with one of us and wants facts from any of the sort of moderation team or community members, we're open to discussing that and having all that information right. There's nothing to stop it being clickbaity. That's fine. But as long as the information's right, there's no reason not to have that. But yeah, 100%. Right. So let's move on to, and I'm going to say this wrong again, Trekker and I.
Yes, guys. Thanks for hosting this Mooncast tonight. It's very much appreciated from me and probably a lot of the community. I must admit, I was glad to hear Safemoon Whale on earlier on. I watched his assessment last night on the beta, and I was, to be honest with you, I was really disappointed. I thought, fuck, this is going to be really, really detrimental for future investors, because it really looked just so unpolished. But no, listened to Twitter Spaces tonight. It's really settled. I'm diamond handing it anyway. I'm in for the long haul. I really thought it was going to be bad for us. The prices jumped a bit there tonight after the AMA. I was very impressed with the Twitter Spaces. I thought it came across a lot more professional. I think John maybe struggles with the camera and stuff, but it seemed just so much more professional tonight, the way it came across. I'm a web developer. I haven't been at it for 2 or 3 years now, so maybe a bit behind the technology. But it was good to hear that how the wallet's being developed, in that it's multiple products in one, which then lets me understand that I can see why it's very intricate and how much work needs to go in to get it all to work together. But that leads me into my question: should they not be concentrating on the very simple stuff first? Buy Safemoon, sell Safemoon, and then add the extra functionalities on with updates to the app, as other products do. Like when the first YouTube app came out, it didn't do all the things that it does now, and then they add in the different functionality to it. Second question would be: I seen when Safemoon Whale had bought with Ethereum and stuff, the gas fees with Ethereum are just fucking astronomical. Why even bother? I don't think a lot of people are going to use ETH to buy Safemoon because of the gas fees, and they're just fucking ridiculous. Excuse my language, I apologize. Are just absolutely astronomical. So to spend a lot of time integrating our products into a blockchain that is so not cost effective? Is it worth putting that manpower into developing that part of the product? And also, he covered in his video that he was having discussions with one of the dev teams, and that he was sending messages at 1:30 and then 6:30 and then and it was a huge amount of work time. These guys need to have a break. It's very counterproductive if they're working 20 hours, 22 hours a day. That can't be good for the development of the product, and it may actually be slowing them down.
Right. So I'll save the one with the Ethereum first. So with the Ethereum side of things, there's a lot to Ethereum. There's not just the astronomical gas fees. Now, I believe at the time of when Safemoon Well was recording, the fees were insanely high anyway because there was a lot of volume going on, which that's just how the Ethereum blockchain works, is when there's high traffic, there's high fees. I think at the moment that now the fees are reasonably high still, actually. No, actually, I thought they would have dropped since then. But the Ethereum network has got a lot to it, and there's a lot coming to the Ethereum network, and it's one of the bigger blockchains that they wanted to connect to because it has so many utilities involved with Ethereum. And there's more coming. There is more coming. They've got like the Wax network coming across, and then as the time goes on, you'll have more blockchains being applied, and the diversity there. So with that one, there's a reason why they're doing it, is because a lot of people are over on Ethereum and might want to bring their Ethereum out in a more beneficial way, which is coming to the Safemoon wallet. And they don't have to pay these high fees if they just wait for a quiet period. And those prices do fluctuate in terms of gas fees. So there's a lot to that one. In regards to the manpower behind getting the development done, they do have breaks. They're not going to exhaust themselves, and that's the main priority before anything is their health. Anyone's health within the team is number one priority. So if they are comfortable doing the hours, that they're welcome to do so, but their health always comes first. So they're not under any pressure to get it done and risk their health. That's not going to happen. So I can assure you that is if they're doing these long hours because they want to get certain things done, they can do that, but they're not required to do these insane hours just to push the product out, because at the end of the day, we don't want them out of the team for 6 weeks because they've put themselves in hospital or whatever because of lack of sleep, this, that, and the other, So that's not a case there. In regards to, sorry, I missed you. I've just gone over the other two, but I missed your first question. Can you just repeat your first one for me?
Yeah, it was that obviously the wallet contains about 4 or 5 products in the swap, the buy feature, the all the analytics, and then the NFTs, which have disappeared momentarily. And I understand that they come back. Should they not just have, in order for the community to increase holders, and increase volume, we should be just concentrating primarily on buy and sell features so that we can get trading with the wallet and hold it, and not worry so much about the swap feature. And when the swap feature is ready, bring it out. And when the other features are ready, do an update to the app through the app stores, and then people can update it and then have the features. But primarily, I want a wallet where I can go on and go, right, okay, I've got 100 quid this week or whatever, I'm deciding to invest on a particular week, and just buy it. I don't have to go Pancake Swap, Trust Wallet, blah blah blah, buy BNB and all that palaver. I can just go into my Safemoon wallet. Okay, I want to buy 100 quid. Apple Pay, Wire, whatever payment gateway you use, doesn't matter, and just buy it. That's fundamentally what it should be doing. The rest is all cream on the cake.
Yeah. Okay. So the way, in terms of the product, it is launching with minimal viable product. But when we say that, is they hold in terms of ecosystem within the wallet, is the wallet allows you to buy, swap, trade, whatever. So the fundamentals of sending to each other, yes, they could launch with that, and they may not need to integrate the wallet. They could put the swap feature coming soon, the buy button coming soon. They could do that, but it's just then a wallet. And I would, in my personal opinion, want these features to come at the launch because they've ultimately are pretty much nearly done. So if these features are nearly done, I would personally want to wait that extra week or two to get these features integrated than just have another wallet as the same old wallet. You know, the wallet itself is meant to launch for new investors as well as experienced and, you know, veterans in the crypto space. So when they're launching with these products, is they want to be able to reach these mass amounts of people that may not be in the crypto space, but, you know, you tell your mum, dad, your auntie, your uncle that, oh, you should invest into this because of this. You know, they could do a little bit of research and they go, okay, download the wallet, buy, boom, swap, done. And it should be 2 clicks. And if they launch without those features, it doesn't make it appealing to new investors. Because right now, the process, if you're using a wallet on the Binance Smart Chain, is you've got to download a wallet, create a wallet, copy a seed phrase, get all of that done. And then once you've done that, then you need to buy that. So, okay, now you need to buy BNB. So once you buy a BNB, depending on your location, it could be even more difficult. And then it's just a hassle to then swap it and then get the indie wallet. So it's trying to launch as a minimal viable product, as I said, but it's trying to make sure that when someone new to the space can enter the space through ourselves with our own wallet, they have the minimal features that they would need to be able to do what they need to do and to get involved with Safemoon. And then obviously they can utilize any other swap features as needed. So there's a balance there. There's that they can't just launch with a wallet because then that could then intimidate other providers or you know, other investors coming through to then go, okay, well, I don't want to invest because it's too much work, and then they never try again. Whereas if we launch with those features, it makes life so simple for them that they can just go boom, 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 boom. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, Katz, I was just on another note. I was listening to you yesterday, and you just happened to mention, you know, in Northern Ireland, what your reason for getting into Safemoon. I'm about 4, maybe less than 4 miles away from where you run your cat rescue, and I was like, "What? That's fucking mental." That blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind that someone who's as educated in Safemoon as you are is only like 3 or 4. At Ballyclare, I'm sure you know where Ballyclare is, so it's not too far away from where you are, and I really appreciate your helping our little feline friends, and good luck to you. And keep doing the Safemoon stuff. You're brilliant. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you very much.
Trekker, that was very kind. I just want to use this gap quickly to kind of put my message of the day over, I suppose, which is around perspective. And this isn't about placating. I just thought I'd offer these because I use these within other areas of my life. One of the things is that we're still early, and I think that conversation you were just having kind of highlights that about the different, shall we say, acrobatics to actually getting into cryptocurrencies in general, let alone Safemoon. You know, just anything that has to go via PancakeSwap might as well be an Italian recipe for an upside down pancake from Mars, right? Like, there's so many people who are outside of this ecosystem that haven't got a clue. So we're early on that, and as these products do align, that stuff's going to get simpler. But what's really happened over the last week or so, especially with the wallet, is it's the regular issue with expectations. And I don't just mean expectation management, I actually mean expectation adjustment. Okay, so people keep coming in and trying to push the same old line about, oh, why wasn't this and when wasn't this and all the rest of it. But if you are rowing a boat and you fall out and keep rowing, that's not going to work. Right. And normally you're annoyed at the situation that is what you're imagining is happening. Right. Instead, when you fall out the boat, you don't keep rowing, you swim, and then you turn the boat up and then you get back in. And I don't want to go into loads of analogies. I'm just saying, keep doing the same thing when you know the thing you're trying to do isn't right is madness. And then the other thing I just want to kind of put here is zoom out. Like, we're not a few months in, call it 5-6 months, whatever you want to position this as. On average, a company isn't successful for 3 years. And we're like not even a quarter of that right now. We're in a completely different space. The acceleration of which things happen is huge. And the beautiful thing from my perspective is seeing how much of that has become tangible in the meantime. Like, we've had tens of thousands of people using an actual product. We've got millions of holders of this token. That's not nothing, right? And I just think taken a moment to not be caught up in the waves of text in Telegram and on Reddit and on the Discord and wherever else, time passes differently when you're stuck in those spaces. And actually just taking a breath and realizing, what's a week or two? Like, it doesn't matter. The long term still looks fantastic. And the reality is it's still a really short time scale overall. And look, I get that people can be frustrated, and it's not about us giving permission to that or not. We're all excited about what could happen. And maybe there's a percentage that are really excited about hoping it will fail, because that's just how some people operate. They want to see other people lose, or they've got their own vested interests. But that's not the majority of the people here. What I see every day is a community of mostly the vocal people in our community just loving this, enjoying the community. It's not, the products are coming, but in the meantime, we pass time with each other. We enjoy ourselves. And the people who aren't vocal, who kind of lurk, they show up every now and again and they say similar things. They put their little GIFs in, or they say something or post something or link something. Not all of us have to be vocal to be a supporter. And then we get things like today. And honestly, Sunday is a highlight of my week. It should be a fear, but it's a highlight because we get people come up on the stage and not just speak for themselves, but speak for the community, speak for those people who are lurking, and make sure that it's not so much about accountability, but just awareness. It's making sure that the right questions are in the air, the right thoughts can happen, and the right space is given for some answers. So I just wanted to take this kind of 3-4 minutes to kind of just reground that and say, take a breath. We're so early. Things are okay. And I'm really excited for what's coming up. I've said this every week. I don't turn up for the token. I turn up for the community. I turn up for the culture. And I'll keep saying that because hopefully that brings some perspective. These little digital bits and bytes on a screen that make up text are thoughts from people. They're not, immaterial, but they're also not the end of the world. So I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen and where this goes from here. And I'm also okay if people get frustrated and, have issues with the timescale sometimes. But I just hope you'll be kinder to yourself as well. And we'll do our best to keep being kind to you. So just wanted to say that.
One thing that's very well said, by the way, one thing I do want to point out there is that if you were to look at all the projects out there, blockchain projects and anything that has nothing to do with crypto or blockchain, everything out there, nobody's transparent out there in the business world. Nobody's transparent because transparency leads to death. And so everybody fears it. And the Safemoon team has, knowing how many problems can come from being transparent, tried their best to embrace it and give you guys answers, even when it's backfired, even when they've given you a date and it backfired. They give you this piece of information and it backfired because it didn't come out the same way or it came out delayed. They still are trying their best to be transparent. And yes, we do want to see tons more improvements go into communication and such, but they're still miles and miles ahead of where everybody else in the world and other industries and other cryptos are at. So we should be grateful for what we have and really think about how much they're taking the extra few miles. And because they're doing it when generally you don't, mistakes will be made. And they're going to learn from them and they're going to get better and they're going to improve on that and they're going to improve communication. And things will get better. I know that because from where we were months and months and months ago, things have continuously gotten better. We find new challenges. We're going to get past them together. But they're breaking the rules. They're breaking all the rules here. They're doing things differently than everybody else does them. And they're trying to use 50 different avenues to keep in touch with the community. We're one of them, allowing us to do this community after show. This isn't something we're just doing behind their backs. They know we're doing it, and they know we're trying to communicate for them to give you guys answers and responses. So you guys have to understand that it's a fear of being too transparent because it does backfire. It's why most of the world doesn't. It's why most of the professional industries out there don't give any kind of transparency on what's going on behind the curtain. And we almost have no curtain at all. We try to give you guys every answer we can when we can give it. Everybody does. The team does. We do. But things can backfire. Things can go wrong if we're too transparent. So you have to understand it's a fine line we're all walking. We're trying to give you guys all the answers we can without leading you down the wrong path or making you guys believe in a date or a product that's not ready yet. So it's a lot of work, and we're all going to get there together. We just got to keep some faith and be patient. Patience is the key for everything.
Totally agree. And all of this, we say transparency, but there's also an element of vulnerability and also authenticity. I think that's part of what makes this so appealing as a project, as an ecosystem, as I'm sure has been said many times, but whatever shape it's taken. And nothing about what we do is about trying to say you should feel a certain way. If anything, it's about giving you the opportunity to feel however you want. And how many other Discords or Twitter Spaces and stuff are running every week like this? And yeah, sometimes it's going to be stuff you've already heard. That's okay. And other times it's going to be stuff that you've never heard before, because that's where innovation happens. So we'll keep pushing to make sure this pattern happens, and you've always got this space regardless of what's going on. And hopefully we'll all get better at controlling our own hype. But thank you for giving space for that. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, we've got 2 community members up here at the moment. So we've got Ione. How are we doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, perfect. Hey, I don't really have my own question. I just wanted to re-ask one that I think that was answered. Basically, they got the concept of the question wrong, and that was the liquidity pool with the swap. Basically, you answered the question of like how does the 3% or whatever go when you buy transactions. I think the question was more related to when you open the swap on the website. There's a swap, and then there's a pool, and then there's add liquidity. And there hasn't been a lot of information distributed on what that is or how that works or what are the benefits of using that as a holder, or like what is even about. And I think that was what the question was related to, because I've seen that a lot in the education and it's not getting any answers there either.
Okay. No, Gandalf, I think you answered this one previously in one of the education channels pretty much very well. Could you explain a bit more about the liquidity pool?
Repeat it, yeah, because my sound just directly cut off. Just sum it up quickly, please.
If you could just explain the liquidity pool with the swap website.
It's pretty easy. So when you use the swap function on our website, like to provide liquidity for the liquidity pool, you will have to pair 2 liquidities of the same exact amount of dollars, which will be just eligible. For example, you can pair BNB and Safemoon in it and provide liquidity for the pool. And whenever you provide liquidity, you just rise the pool. And whenever there's like fees, transaction or whatnot, the actual amount and percentage compared for your actual provided liquidity for the pool will receive a part of this provided fee compared to the total amount.
So you're referring to the 0.17, aren't you?
Exactly.
Awesome. I think that kind of summarizes it up, so at least people understand what that function is. And then I think you guys did a great job at readdressing some of the questions that came up. But for I think her name was Victory came up and asked you a question, Kat, and I just want to clarify on that. There is some like official stuff put out by you that's very educational that they could refer their family members to, so they can see like both sides of the spectrum, what the FUD is when you go to Google. But you also have your own website that you've put a lot of facts on with questions and answers that is more directed towards official information from Safemoon, so they could then make an educated decision on this is what the FUD is saying, but this is what Safemoon is saying, and that actually is published and able for people to research.
Yeah, what I will say on that is I'm trying to work to make a more official space for those sort of information, because everything is written by me and it's not really assessed. So anything that I put on that website is by me, and it may be faxed for the most part, but there is also my opinion based on that. So when there's stuff like that and I put out that information, I want to try and make that into an official space. It's something I'm working on, but I'm not going to try and ram it down the team's throat saying we need to do this, and this to reach the community or a wider audience and so forth, because they've got too much on their plate right now. That's why I do what I do, and I just, when I need to, I'll create an article. I am starting to create sort of educational videos and guides now that are more in depth with those sort of things. So there is more content coming from myself as a Safemoon educator and as a scholar. So there is more content coming. I'm just hoping that once the team are, not so swamped with stuff coming at them left, right, and center, I can then take that moment to say, okay, now it's quiet. What about, can we do some of these things just to keep the community engaged during the down periods and so forth? So 100%, there is room to create official resources and stuff like that, and they should be coming in the future, whichever way the team wish to implement that. That's down to themselves.
Awesome. Thank you. And then the only last thing, I won't take up too much time, but just for people to go, like, I guess, do some research in history and understand where you guys are coming from an industry standard, where we're breaking like revolutionary like boundaries here. If you look at like how the patent process worked for the light bulb, it's actually very interesting. The two people that competed, one person like drove down himself and handed it to the patent clerk, and then because he got there first, the second person that turned it in later in the day was on the higher of the stack, and he actually got the patent. So by the time they got to the first person, just by process and competitivity of market, if we're too open and we're too open with what we're doing and our deadlines, people are going to in the industry race to beat our deadline and be that push, be the next revolution that we're not going to be able to get. So I just wanted to add that if you read that and then like look at Blue Origin versus SpaceX and their war to get to space, it's very apparent just in those large industries what happens when too much transparency and deadlines are released. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
No, brilliant. Thank you very much, Ion. I appreciate it. The last community member for the day, Crypto Control. How are we doing?
Hey, what's up, cats? How you guys doing? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Hey, did we get any information on that DDoS attack? Have you guys already covered that?
Venno?
Or what that was?
I don't think Venno's there. Venno, are you there? I think you can answer that one.
Here you go. Say that again. I was distracted doing something.
Oh yeah, I was just curious about like the DDoS attack or the details behind that. Do we know anything about that?
I know very little. I don't know what I'm allowed to say on that. I know that's one of those situations where it's like what they put out is probably all you're going to get regarding it. I've seen a bunch of questions asked. I will reiterate to the team that the community is still looking for more information and the details surrounding what happened. But generally, you know what I know in terms of that aspect. What little more I know isn't relevant to answer your question. But I will let the team know that the people that you're not the first person to ask. Other people have been asking in the chat, so I'll toss it up the chain. If that's something they can shed some more light on, they will.
Yeah, and I think it's just like how many powerful people are there out there to stop Safemoon? Was that a specific personal attack on Safemoon right as it launched to make it look bad? And how long are we gonna have to deal with people out there like that? And
Well, I think these attacks happen all the time, but my understanding was it was just bad timing because they were doing things with the website in terms because they have a new website they're managing, they have other things on the server they're managing in terms of wallet apps and the beta and everything. I know they were doing stuff and it was a bad timing incident, but I don't know more details than that. There could have been a lot more information regarding it.
I can add some extra texture to it as well. So there were some news articles recently. There was a genuine coordinated attack on financial institutions in general, about a week and a half leading up to that, and I think still ongoing. And you may have noticed on the CoinMarketCap Twitter feed, they also tweeted that they came under attack as well. So it didn't seem, as far as I know, to be directed specifically at us. It was a kind of general, everything's going on, but I also don't have more detail than Venno, but I just wanted to add that there was a bigger market issue. So that may give a little bit more kind of information on what was going on in general and maybe perhaps alleviate some of the concern around it being as targeted as we might imagine. But I don't have more behind the scenes data, but I do have that public info, that's on those Twitter feeds. So it just adds a little bit more texture.
Sometimes I've dealt with DDoS attacks in the past, and sometimes it's not you the target, it's just your host and something that your host has on their servers. And because your website or your service is on their server, you become a victim to that attack as well.
Yeah, and I mean, it sounds like we can't really confirm either way whether it was specific or not. There was the general like Coinbase or whatever attacks going on during that time. But on top of that, as doing YouTube and stuff, there just seems to be a large group of people that come in that don't seem like real Safemoon holders that are just trying to attack Safemoon. I have to ban so many people every time because you can tell the difference between like constructive criticism and like someone who's just like seems like they're dedicated, like they've dedicated their life. They wake up every day and they seek to just destroy Safemoon. So it's really odd. It seems like they're like,
well, let me at least go the facts route. So let me switch over and pivot towards like the Discord side. So that's a side I'm very much in touch with.
Okay.
So on the Discord side, there are people who create these massive, extensive botnet armies, probably spread across lots of infected computers, and they attack the Discord server relentlessly. There is consistently hundreds and hundreds of bots coming in. They flood in 1 second. They sneak through our verification process because they've got hands on deck behind them, and they start mass DMing thousands of people on the server in an attempt to scan them. We'll ban them, and the very next day, that same botnet has already switched to all new IP addresses, and they all sneak back here on new accounts, and they hit again. If people are willing to relentlessly hit just the Discord server, and there's server stats 103,000 people on here, and I'm going to say about 30,000 of that are active. If they're willing to spend so much time and resources hitting a few tens of thousands of people on here, imagine how they would want to hit something with millions and millions of viewers, like Twitters and websites and our own website and other services. These guys are relentless. They never, ever, ever stop. If there's money to be made in any way, shape, or form, doing anything at all, or they can cause disruptions in competing services, they will. So it's something that we just have to accept that is a part of the internet infrastructure and fight against it. But they are relentless. I see it on Discord all the time. All the mods suddenly jump up and are fighting to remove these bots as quick as possible. And we see them. It just takes time.
Okay, yeah, it seems to feel like there is this external powers of some sort just trying to take us down. But I don't want to create any theories.
It's not just us though. There's external powers trying to take us down, and every other token out there. I'm on quite a few numerous Discords. Some are just crypto specific Discords. Some are general financial Discords. Some are token specific Discords. I watch everybody get hit. I see floods of bots come in on all these different servers at different times. The more users you have that could be a victim, the more they get hit. The bigger you are, the more you get hit. The bigger Safemoon is, the more it will get hit. It's just a fact. We just have to have, all hands on deck, do the best that we can, and put as many safeguards in place to mitigate the attacks as we can. That's why we have so many bots on the server. That's why we have so many different things on the server to help try and prevent that, so that the community is safe from getting mass DM scam attacks and the other things that these bots do. It's why you don't see bots flooding our chats all the time, because we have 5 other bots that are trying to prevent that from ever happening, so you guys don't see it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like, how much money you could make if you took that energy and put it somewhere else?
They're making tons. I'm telling you right now,
Just
these
from
people
scamming
do it because they make money. If they weren't making money scamming people, they wouldn't do it anymore.
Well, they could be making the world a better place.
But they're not just hitting us. They're hitting every other Discord I'm on. I see it. I see floods of bots. I can check a bot that hits our server and click mutual servers to these people that are running them and see them on every other server. And I can go there and see them DMing people from there. Sometimes I get scam DMs, and it's not from people on our server. It's people from other servers that I'm idling on watching. So we're a victim of all the same stuff the entire crypto industry is after, and because we have more users and we're out there more, it's easier for us to seem like we're the primary victims of it. And often we're not. Often we're just one of them.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out as we go further on. Oh, also, Safemoon Whale messaged me, and he wanted me to ask you guys real quick, if you don't mind. He said, "What is the 0.05% of the Safemoon ecosystem from swap? What does that mean?"
So I'll quickly jump on that one. So that one could be a variety of things, but that's essentially, imagine PancakeSwap taking pretty much the entire fee. Safemoon take a very small fee to pay devs. It's to add to the ecosystem. At the end of the day, they're a business. They need to pay for devs, they need to pay for the servers, they need to pay for this, that, and the other, and that's a way of funding that. So that's what that fee's relating to. It's to give back and make a better ecosystem for Safemoon, essentially.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Whoops. I didn't mean to leave.
Call it there.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Before I ask my question, first of all, I just want to make sure you guys know you are just as important as John and Jack and Papa and all them. I know they get all the press and everybody loves them, but you guys are just as important in my eyes. You help the community out, so I just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much
But
for
my
that.
yeah. My question for you is a usability question, kind of a security question when it comes to the wallet. So I'm an investor since day 4, and I have a large bag. So my concern with the wallet would be immediately transferring over. So I'm actually going to wait, I don't know, 30 days, 45 days to make sure all of the stuff is ironed out. However, in the meantime, when I download the wallet once it launches, I would like to put funds on there, whether it be $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 to play with. Now, I'm going to want to transfer and use my seed phrase from my trust wallet to pull all of my Safemoon onto the Safemoon wallet eventually. Knowing that, how am I going to, is all of that going to match up and pull together if I create a new wallet on the Safemoon wallet? Or am I going to have to transfer everything over at that point instead of using my seed phrase and have to pay fees on that? Is there, do you guys know how that's going to work?
So when you first launch the wallet, if you want to access the current wallet, so if you have a Trust wallet or a MetaMask and you have a seed phrase, all your portfolio is stored on the blockchain. If you want to access that, you can access that with the Safemoon wallet using your seed phrase. Now, if it is, for example, you have a new and upcoming token, or a token that is fairly new, or this, that, and the other isn't listed with Safemoon, it will be there. But it's just not visual on the Safemoon wallet. So it's still there, but it's not there. If you're looking to move funds across for Safemoon, there is a tax if you want to move it to a new wallet. So if you launch and you create a new wallet, then you're going to have to pay that tax. There is that tax there available because you're creating a transfer. So you can put your seed phrase in and access everything that you want with your Safemoon wallet as normal. It's just like logging in from Trust Wallet to MetaMask. It's the same principle. You log in, you see your portfolio, it's there. If you want to create a new one, you can create a new one, but you're going to incur that tax that's there, the fee, the transfer fee that's there. Is that if I hit that on the head there, or if I missed the question?
Yeah, so for me, I have over $1 million in Safemoon because I invested in day 4. So for me, it wouldn't be feasible to make a new wallet and then have to transfer my 500 billion tokens over at a later date because it would be too large of a fee. So I guess that's what I was saying. So I'll just wait 30 days then, and once everything seems to be worked out, and do my seed phrase transfer. That's what I needed, guys. I just wanted to double check on that. It's kind of what I figured. Thank you again very much for holding this. These spaces are freaking awesome, man. I know there's a lot of people that came here that had questions from the Twitter space that couldn't get up there. So thank you again for this.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it. Thank you again. And that is a wrap for today, guys. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I know there's still questions to be had. And as I say before, my DMs are open. The community members' DMs are open. So if you've got any questions, reach out to us and we'll try and answer them. As I say, this is a regular thing. We'll be back next week. There is no Safemoon Sunday next week, but we will be back with the team on the 19th. That's when the next Safemoon Sunday is by the team, core team. So keep an eye out and we'll see which way they want to perform the announcements for the Safemoon Sunday. Is it another Twitter space? Is it a recorded Twitter video, Twitch video? There's different options now the team can play with. And I was really surprised today for Twitter to be handled so well. It did play ball, as sometimes spaces don't tend to play well, especially with only 300 people in some spaces. So it's great for a turnout on there. Is there a mod after show, Venno?
Yes,
is there anything going on?
It'll be kind of short. I'm just going to touch base with people as I get back from my vacation on what's going on, what the plans are going forward, how the international server is going to start growing after this, and just some touch base. If anybody has questions regarding Discord or the community, they can come hang out. It's very chill. It's low key. It's casual. So we'll have a little bit of fun.
And no karaoke.
Aww.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to continue to try and bribe some karaoke on you because I think that's what we got to give the community what they want.
But no, I appreciate everyone tuning in today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Stay tuned. There will be a bit of music before the mod after show, and then the mods, Venom, Mr. Adult, Sanders, they'll take over with the show from there. But I appreciate everyone tuning out, and I'll catch you guys later.
Thank you, Cats.
What's up, guys? Good job on stage. Oh, thanks, Troop. How's it going? Safemoon Well, yes, it's delayed a bit, but it will happen. No problem, Luis. Well, you gotta get some better internet. Aren't you getting that fiber, bro? I think you were getting the fiber, weren't you? All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was nice hanging out with you guys while we just watched the AMA. Nothing too exciting today, but that's okay. I don't know how you guys view it, but you know, I've said this before, like they could bomb every project release, and as long as they eventually get the product working, the exchange, the blockchain, the wallet, all that stuff, it's fine. Like, it's not that big of a drawback. It's just not as successful as a launch. It's not like people are going to be like, wow, this thing is amazing, but they had a bad launch, so I'm not going to, like, that's just not a thing. So it's very weird to see all the FUD, and I do feel like most of it is fabricated, and people who aren't real Safemoon holders, or they've invested $20 and they want to get rich, or they invested way too much. You got to be in one of those three categories to be losing your mind over, like, a bad AMA. Thanks for hanging out, Luis Cardenas, Z Dundee. Hope you guys had a good weekend. So yeah, nothing too exciting, unfortunately, but that's okay. That's just how it is. We still have like very exciting things for the rest of the year. As long as they can get the blockchain and the exchange is really what I'm most excited about. And hopefully with Safemoon Whale, we still have the Burj Khalifa happening at the end of the year. That'll be super exciting. That's where it's like, as a community, we can make super exciting things happen on our own if we can just come together and work together. Fox was there, or Fox missed it. Okay. But yeah, guys. Thank you, QDS. Really appreciate you, man. I need 200 million for my billion club goal, but version 2 has made me stop buying until they give actual details. When Bugatti. Oh, like you don't want to buy if they're going to do a split or something? Yeah, I don't think they're going to. I don't think we're going to do a split. Reddit was much better than AMA this time, much more informative. Reddit's not bad. That's why I don't really blame YouTubers for using Twitter, Reddit, and websites to look at the price and all that. There's really not much content you can manifest. It's very hard to go into like the math and the liquidity pools and different wallets. I mean, you can only do that for so long when you're trying to do that every single day. Eventually, I'm going to have to just cover what's happening because I'm going to run out of stuff to cover. It's hard to try to cover something unique and interesting every single time, every single day, and get less views than somebody who's covering Reddit. You know what I mean? It's very hard. I would rather do informative content as much as I can. Yeah, Whale got his question in. Everything I see. Woo, it's hot. All right. All right, you guys are awesome. Unless you guys had another question or wanted to tell me something, I'm going to end the stream and go about my day. Hopefully get a good video. I have a video on price coming out, price predictions. That's a little more unique. It has something unique to it that hasn't really been stated before. So, and I recorded the video with this guy, and then I messed up the audio, so I would have posted that yesterday, but it got messed up. So, Safemoon and MetaHero are my two best. If you don't believe in Safemoon and you want to troll, all I ask is that when it goes great, stand up like a man and say you're wrong, deal. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, it's weird, you know, even just doing YouTube, having to deal with a lot of hate. Like, Safemoon has to deal with a lot of hate. The Discord has to deal with a lot of hate. There's so many toxic just people that just want to tear you down. And yeah. Start with a contest with giveaways that are donated. That will keep peeps coming back. Yeah, I don't like doing giveaways. I'm not going to do giveaways. I've had very bad experiences with giveaways. Maybe I'll do it, and just not with videos or streams. I don't know. We'll see. Safemoon AMA. Okay, all right, guys. I think there's not really any questions left. You guys are awesome. I really enjoy hanging out with the Safemoon family, and I'll try to bring you guys some good content. I'll see you guys in the next video.